736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535 or biglou.com.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Puts the lotion in the basket earlier. Maybe that was yesterday. What is today's date? Oh, my God, this is a text I missed yesterday. He sent a picture of how good the tickets are that we give away for those ASU games.
Oh, wow.
I retweeted it or tweeted it, and then somebody else retweeted it, but it's tweeted. And you can see it there on the Twitter or the X Twitter, whatever it is. And damn good seats. Damn good seats.
I must have been at the ASU versus SMU.
Yeah, that was, I believe, when they were playing the SMU.
The SMU.
They beat the SMU, and they're playing San Diego this weekend. So anyway, I just want to thank Puts the Lotion in the Basket for being the only super fan in the fourth dimension who actually did the assignment.
Now, wait a minute.
Do you remember what I said? Hey, when you win the tickets, make sure you take some pictures so we can see how good these fit. We gave away tickets to a bunch of people, man. A bunch of people.
Yeah, and I think
he's the only one that sent pictures.
No, somebody, Navy Brad or somebody sent us some pictures too. Somebody like that.
I would remember. Nobody did.
You don't remember what you said 10 minutes ago. How would you
remember what I saw, and this is the only one I've seen. It puts the lotion in the basket. Who did it and did it right? He says, super thankful for winning these tickets. Keon, the rest of the crew, kudos, he says. Not sure if he spelled kudos right, but we'll accept that. I mean, he fulfilled the assignment.
Was it a K or
no,
C?
It was a C.
No, got to have a K.
You know,
Yeah, the KUDOS.
there were
Kudos.
2 D's. So
Oh,
maybe
that's-
he's thinking of something else.
But
Maybe
but it's
Cuddles?
it's extra credit
yeah,
Could be.
yeah,
because
that's
he
fine.
already did the original assignment. So
Only
maybe
one.
he wants to cuddle with Keon.
Possibly, but listen, I'm not going to, I'm not getting in the way of a love affair. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to get in the way. Not on National Brownie Day. That's what today is.
All
Oh,
right.
Love me some brownies. All right. So you guys guess what year the brownie was invented?
1525.
No, Keon.
the brownie.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe
Get
like
somewhere close.
1935.
Nowhere close. No, it
No.
was 1893. You're closer,
I was closer.
than Randy, but you went over. So Price is Right rules means Randy wins, even though it's really sad how far away you are.
Even though
Thank you.
300,
That's one for me
Yeah.
today.
3 entire centuries
Hey,
before.
Bob Barker set the standard. I can't
Yeah.
argue
You
with
can't take it away. Yeah.
So yeah, Palmer House Hotel created the Palmer House brownie. It had walnuts and apricot glaze, but it wasn't like the brownies we know today. The brownies like we know today, in 1904, there were some housewives in Maine, and they called them banger brownies. That's right, the banger brownies.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's jokes.
Hmm.
Must have been a different time
Banger brownies.
because the moment that those words left your mouth
Oh, you knew.
in 2023,
Yep.
someone would immediately start telling jokes.
Ooh.
Banger brownies.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Gonna turn off my mic before.
Yeah, I'm not making it. I'm just going to let that. You guys go ahead and have your own. I'm just sort of sad about is I don't have any brownies. But the other thing is the surprise that the brownies have only been around barely over 100 years. You would have thought that they had them further back.
Could have thunk it.
Well, easy access to chocolate probably was not something that we had until the 1800s. Average Joe says technically Randy went over. There's no. He said
What?
1500s. This was 1800. So he was
unless
under.
Average Joe is trying to say over as in the further back you go.
Yeah, no,
that's
the
over, but that's not how that.
This is not betting. It's not over under. This is the Price is Right rules are closest without going over wins, and he was under, so he wins, even though it's really sad. And Keon was much closer.
Don't take this
Yeah,
one away from
I
me.
was within 40 years of it.
Yeah.
Randy was inside of 3 centuries.
No, listen,
but it's okay.
Keon,
Why do you
special.
think people bid $1?
But the rules are the rules. I'm not complaining.
Rules is rules. One of the rules that I have had on this show is that we don't do Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. And it is after Thanksgiving. And then the other part is we don't do country music. And, we don't do that. But outside of that, I mean, let it loose. If you want some Christmas music, we'll have Christmas music on this show. But the other, not really rule, but kind of a requirement is it's got to be rocking. It's got to be something, right?
Okay.
And so, that Brenda Lee song, the Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, she went #1. She knocked Mariah Carey out of the top spot. Mariah Carey sent her some flowers. Of course, the roses in the bouquet did spell out bitch, but that's not important.
Hey, who's counting though?
It's not important. And so, Brenda Lee, well, all of a sudden, everybody, wow, Brenda Lee's popular again. But I can't have that song on because isn't she a country artist, Randy? Isn't she really? Wasn't she with all the Aquanet in her hair?
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Mhm.
But there's a guy named Bill McClintock who found a way for the song to work. He made it rock and roll-ish. And what he did is what the kids call a mashup. And it's basically Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, but with AC/DC. See if you can figure out what song this is. This is genius right here. I'll tell you that much.
He's giving you the blues. You wanna back you in, but not this bed. That's what you gotta do. We got the phone. I'm always home. Call me anytime.
I'll never hear this song the same again.
3624368. I need a life to find. 30 days.
That's something.
I like that, man.
I could carol to this. We're wrapping presents to this later. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Anyway, we don't have to play any more of that, but now I can finally listen to that song and not get psychotic.
That's
You know
too bad.
Yeah.
You missed the good part. They have a saxophone solo in there.
Oh, can you fast forward up to that so you can hear that?
Brenda Lee comes in and she actually sings part of the original song. But here's the.
That works a little too well. That's cool, man.
See what I'm saying? That's a banger right there.
That's a banger brownies right
yeah,
there.
forget about the brownies. That's a banger of a tune if I've ever heard one. Dirty Deeds Around the Christmas Tree is what Bill McClintock called it because, you know, of course. Anyway, so that is the kind of Christmas music I want. We got to find more mashups that make some of that music palatable. And I feel for all the retail workers out there. I feel for all the retail workers out there because they have to hear it over and over and over. I used to feel for the radio DJs because Randy and I have suffered this as music DJs in the past where you have to play these songs over and over and over and over, and you're about ready to murder somebody. Just as much as a retail worker. But see, nowadays, I don't feel sorry for the DJs because it's all voice tracked. They go in there and they read a script that gets put into a computer and makes it sound like they're sitting there playing songs for you, but they're not. I'm sorry to mess up the illusion, but radio's not what it used to be. So I don't feel sorry for radio people anymore because they just read off the script and they go home. It's the retail workers that are like, you don't have
to tell me. There's a Randy and Ralph were joking about triggering me yesterday. You really want to do it. Mariah Carey, any Christmas song. Because I worked because it was fine before, but I worked at World Market and Office Depot for too many years. And that's enough Christmases with Mariah Carey. I am done.
Yep.
I cannot hear her voice and remain sane anymore. Can't do it.
You both need a little Christmas spirit.
Unlike
I'm not
Nick
gonna lie,
Cannon,
I don't like this song either.
Mariah Carey would send Key on sterile. I think.
They would play one of her songs 3 times an hour. Yeah. And you're sitting there, you're stocking shelves, and you're just trying and praying that any other song comes on, and it never does.
Well,
it never does.
That wasn't real radio. What that was programmed by the corporation to make sure one of her songs popped in because they probably measured how much time is the average customer in the office place or the whatever. And they're like, well, the next person comes and goes. Well, we better have another Mariah Carey song in there. So they go, feel good. It's Mariah Carey. Because the people who hear that when they're shopping don't hear it the same way.
Yeah,
the person shopping, if you hear working there,
a normal amount of times, it's not bad. But when you're in there all day, it's an 8-hour shift, and you've heard Mariah Carey for the 40th time that day, and maybe the 70th time that week.
Yeah,
you're just not there for it. Okay,
regular people will see the video of Mariah Carey frolicking in the snow back in the 90s and go, "Oh, Christmas!" People who were working retail are like, "I wish there was an avalanche." Oh, stop it!
We actually had a thing in the back office where they had different types of music that were with the different playlists that corporate customized for the store. And just one day, just like 5 of us just went back there and just basically bullied the manager into changing it to another station. Like, just give us one day of not this for just a day. Can we please? And I guess he realized it was getting pretty serious, so he let us do it. But
you don't want to lose the staff. Especially not this time.
You mean you don't like Mariah Carey at all now for Christmas? You don't like anything by Mariah Carey for Christmas?
No.
Do you remember what the song was?
Oh, don't tell him.
I mean, you could probably guess. It's any of them, really.
Any of the Mariah Carey songs, huh?
But yeah, All I Want for Christmas Is You is like the worst one.
That's the one that we all know because it's been drilled into our heads.
Mm-mm.
You should have said what the song was.
I know.
I don't know what you're thinking.
I see him looking for it right now too.
You're watching on YouTube. You can see Randy's eyes going back and forth on his computer, searching Spotify.
My hands have not left my my arms
I
at
will
any
be
point.
very unsurprised if I hear that later.
I got to get you some more. I did find a mashup of that song with something else, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, no.
You heard a mashup with Mariah Carey?
Yeah. I can't remember what it was because I'm a human being, and I just know I can't do that to people. I can't. So we'll find some other good stuff. Moist One thinks the Brenda Lee AC/DC mashup sounded like a Dropkick Murphy song. Not really, but I do dig the Dropkick Murphys. See that? That's not right, Randy.
What are you talking about? I don't hear anything.
It's a Dropkick Mariah Carey song.
Yeah. Woof. I can't seem to unclench my teeth.
You just turned the button off.
This is very nice here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wilbur says,
it was at one point.
My favorite Christmas song is Chet's Nust roasting on an open fire. I don't know who this Chet is, but he's gotten too close to the fire. 602 Pats fan says, hey, how about that Patriots win last night? I'm glad they went out there and won, but it did seem suspicious in the second half. Or was it just me? Suspicious? Whatever do you mean? You mean how badly they were trying to not win? Yeah. And it wasn't the team. It was just Bill. But the referees were like, we're not going to let you get away with it. We're going to give a bad call against the Steelers, and we're going to make sure you win this game. That'll teach you. And it worked. Fifth letter says, parlay epic fail yesterday. Bleeping A. Waiting on Sunday for the next one. Well, I think we tried to warn you about some of that parlay there. The Steelers, let me tell you, that was an upset. We're going to go ahead and give that upset status. Now, there were games that you were thinking, okay, could this be an upset? Could this be a win or a loss? There's other games, I think, that fit the bill more dramatically. But last night's game, just to give you an idea, everybody had the idea the Steelers would win that game because only 4 people in the entire Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em game actually picked the Patriots to win. There's only 4 people right now. I don't think even in some of the other upsets that were worse, there were only 4. I think we had 6 at one time.
Yeah,
so
I think
this
the 6
was a
is
record.
the lowest. Yeah.
Record upset for the picks contest. I'll give props to the guys who got it right, either drunkenly or who knows what. Niner 1680, Cool Jack, Petlop, and Jay Wagner 720. Only people in all those hundreds of people who picked the Patriots. Pringle says, raise your hand if you picked the Patriots. You did not. I didn't see your name on there. Liar. Anyway, did not see that coming. I saw it coming as soon as the game started. I was just like, oh, let's watch something else, honey. It was so bad. It just got out of control there. I really thought that was going to be a low scoring game, but then the Steelers maybe they all bet on it. Maybe everybody, the Patriots and Steelers got together and they're like, hey, this is an opportunity for every single one of us to make some money. Let's bet the over. All of us bet the over.
I wish I could say that, but it looked like they were trying. And that's what makes the game sad, is that it's like when you're watching a bunch of little kids play football and you're just like, it's bad, but they're trying their best.
You know my rule. 2 really bad teams play each other, and it looks like a good game. And Bailey Zappi looked like a competent quarterback when he went out there. Not you so much, Mitch Trubisky. Not you. But it looked like the Patriots. You're like, wow, they've got their stuff together, don't they? I guarantee you they don't. I guarantee you they don't. The Steelers are just that bad right now. Just that bad. It was a bad display of football. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I had to turn it off. But Mitch Trubisky comes out and says, I feel like I let the Steelers down. You know why? Because you did. You really did. You only 45 passing yards on the final 2 plays of the game. Oh, that's great. That was 45 of your 145.
It's you
played like garbage last night.
If you throw 35 times and only get 190 yards, something is very wrong with you.
He got 145 yards. Where does it say he got 190? I've got it right here. He's got 145
on the Yahoo.
Does it really? Okay, well then I don't know who is correct, but either way, you're right. That is a bad showing by Mitch Trubisky. He is who we thought he was. Bailey Zappi is not who he looked like last night. That is just the way it goes. It was just a bad, and that penalty late in the fourth quarter, where they called off sides, but dude didn't even wiggle. They were like, yeah, false start. Who? There's nobody moved. 0 people moved. They went back checked. Nope, nobody moved, but still it stuck. But of course, the Steelers got the ball back, and then Mitch Trubisky'd it. But still, that was a bad call.
Got the ball back, and Mitch Trubisky'd it.
Yeah,
which is to say that they did nothing.
Yeah, they had 2 chances, but okay.
They get the ball back and then 3 and out.
Boy. Trying to blame Christian Kuntz, and I'm hoping that's how you pronounce his name. But well, it is on this show because
wow.
Anyway, but this was so bad. The fact that the Steelers now, if you look at it though, they can win that game, and I don't think it really hurts where they are in the draft setup. Let me look here. No, because the Arizona Cardinals are 3-10. Now the Patriots are 3-10. Who gets the tie on that? If there's 2 teams that are 3-10, how do they do the tiebreaker? How do they sort that?
I'd have to look it up again. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Do they
we'll
break
worry
it
about
down
that
to
closer to April, I guess.
Points for, points against, something like that?
Yes. They start going by strength of schedule afterwards as the tiebreaker. So if you played a bunch of teams with better records.
I think the Cardinals played teams with better records than the Patriots, right? You know what? Let's not worry about that right now. We've got more games to play in the season and plenty of time between now and April to sort that out. So Beer Bob says, I'm a Patriots fan, and I'd even pick up. I was hoping that they would lose. Thought, what the hell? Way to screw up the draft position there. Well, we're not sure yet. We're not sure. Keep hope alive, Beer Bob. 602 Pats fan says, and the best part is we still pick number 2 as of now. Okay, as of now, we'll see. Canadian Butt Thunder is back. Says, sorry, gentlemen, for stating the Coyotes were going to win by 2 goals yesterday. My bad. Should have kept quiet. I don't like Philadelphia. That's interesting. Since you're Canadian, you can keep your opinions on our 50 states to yourself, you Canadian bastard.
No, it's okay to hate the Flyers. They suck. I hate them. Nobody should like the Flyers.
You can't listen. We can talk bad about Philadelphia and knuckle dragon mouth breathing morons, but you Canadian Butt Thunder, you keep that to yourself.
I don't care if you're from India. If you talk bad about Philly, I mean, go for it.
You want to talk about any of the Canadian, the states? You go right ahead. You want to talk about? I don't even know. I can't even rattle them off. Just so inconsequential to me. But if you want to talk bad about Canada, you go right ahead. But don't you come around here talking bad America. Don't you do that here.
But isn't he American now?
No.
On account of he lives here?
Just because you live here. There's all kinds of people from Canada coming down here and buying real estate and stuff, but they still live in Canada.
Doesn't his wife work with the Coyotes?
They work here, and he gets a pass just for his wife working for the Coyotes. But I don't think are you a citizen, Canadian Butt Thunder? Telling you what we need to do.
That's the real question there. Yeah.
We may need to build a wall between us and Canada. They would actually pay for it out of politeness, though. I don't even have to ask.
Are we sending people down there? They're bothered. Sorry.
Or I feel like we should chip in for that there.
Take off, eh?
Let me hold that brick. Okay. We have to take a break. We are running late. We'll come back. I don't think we're going to talk anymore about this horrible game between the Patriots and the Steelers, where the Steelers became the first team in league history with a record above 500 to lose consecutive games to teams at least 8 games below 500. It's a record that nobody has set because It's the worst record. But anyway, it's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
NFL, the Arizona Cardinals have the weekend off, week 14 rolling along without them on Sunday, including Sunday night. Big matchup in the NFC East. Philadelphia taking on the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. Dallas unbeaten at home this year at 6-0. Lost to Philadelphia back in week 9, but since then they have won 4 straight. The Eagles have the best record in the NFL at 10-2, but coming off a loss to San Francisco. Dallas is favored at home by 3.5 points, minus 194 on the money line. Eagles plus 162. The over-under is at 51.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-613-7356 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-613-7356. That's 800-613-7356. What do you have to lose? Call 800-613-7356. Again, 800-613-7356.
Can I open it now? I think you've waited long enough.
Yeah, go for it, kiddo.
I already have this baseball cap.
Not this one.
Look a little closer, sweetheart. Signed?
Yeah, buddy.
I can't believe it.
Do you still have that card all these years later? Do you have trading cards that's been sitting in a box for decades? Scottsdale Cards is who you want to call first. The Valley's card, comic book, and collectibles expert since 1989. Scottsdale Cards is your source to sell your trading cards and other collectibles, including those comic books you've been doing nothing with. We are always interested in buying your vintage sports cards and comic books, certified autographs, memorabilia, and collectibles. So what collectibles do you have stored away? They could be worth thousands. Call or text 480-419-2990. That's 480-419-2990. Or go to ScottsdaleCards.com. That's ScottsdaleCards.com. Or search Scottsdale Cards on your mobile phone today.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I like Canadian butt thunder, but I have issues with the Canadian.
Well, yes. We've always been very suspicious. I mean, it's like 30 years now that we've been suspicious of the Canadians.
Something's up there. I'm just saying, there's something up.
I think so. Yeah,
it's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I don't think there's really any need to talk about the Steelers and the Patriots. We'll see how this all hashes out in the next couple of weeks, whether that win hurts them or doesn't bother them at all. I have a feeling it's not going to bother them really much at all, because I think the Cardinals might win another game. And, well, then you got to worry about the Commandos. Well, anyway, it's too soon. It's too soon to start thinking about April. We're still thinking about February right now. Well, not Randy and Keon, but
I mean, obviously, yeah. There's nothing going on there with those teams.
And I'm not really thinking of February. I'm thinking of maybe December, January, a little. I don't know.
I already started working on my mock draft.
God, you can't do that. You have no idea. You have no idea who's going to be doing the drafting.
You just update it as the weeks go by. That is my entertainment now, because it's certainly not the football my team plays. I can tell you that.
I've already got my draft order and rundown on who needs what, just to try to see where the quarterbacks may go. Now, you say there's 4 solid quarterbacks coming up in this draft, right, Keon?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the teams who need a quarterback. Now, they may not be advertising it. They may be not talking about it. The Bears need a quarterback. The Patriots need a quarterback. I think the Cardinals should need a quarterback, whether they will or will not. That one I don't know about. Your Commandos definitely need a quarterback.
No, I don't think that's the thing. That's the position of need there.
You still need a quarterback.
No, because if you draft a quarterback, listen, the offensive line
and here we
is
go.
the worst thing I have ever seen. There's a really big dude. He plays for Penn State. His name is Olu Fashanu. If they don't draft him, I will scream. That is,
Olaf, wasn't he in that Frozen movie or something?
Yeah, he's a little snowman with a carrot.
He's about 7 times larger than Olaf. So, this is draft that man. Protect. I mean, and if Sam turns out to not be the guy, okay. But you know what you have if you draft offensive linemen for the next couple of years? An offensive line to protect the actual quarterback you want. Do not draft a quarterback right now, because you'll just get him killed like Sam is.
Well, you know what they're going to do? They're going to draft a quarterback.
I don't know that. If it was Dan Snyder, I would say, yeah, that was probably, they don't need one, so obviously they'll draft one.
I think they should draft Olaf. They've got to do some PR repair work there in DC.
Definitely.
I mean, how great would this be if they draft a lovable Disney character to be on the offensive line? I mean,
the Chiefs can you imagine? Picked up Taylor Swift. Why not Olaf?
And there you go. You see what I'm talking about?
His name is Olu.
All the big teams will draft lovable characters from Disney. All of them.
That is a 6'6", 317-pound angry man.
Look at us. We've got Grumpy from the Seven Dwarfs. He's our quarterback. You see what I'm saying? It's all a PR.
It's true.
It's all a big PR thing to, make the fans still come around, See?
So the Chicago Bears, all right, true or false, they need a quarterback.
The Bears need a quarterback.
Yeah, and they've got 2 picks in the top 5, so why not just take the quarterback? Patriots need to draft a quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So your top 2 quarterbacks are gone. Cardinals need to draft a quarterback.
I don't know what you're talking about.
True or false?
I don't think so. Let's see Kyler in an offense that is actually functioning.
You may never get to see that,
and see whether or not. Well, this offense is a fine offense. It just needs,
except for he can't see.
That they're
functioning.
Just needs better linemen and
shorter linemen
and more receivers.
All right, so question mark on Arizona Cardinals, and then there's the Commandos. You say don't get a quarterback, so 2 quarterbacks, the best 2 quarterbacks are to be gone by time the Giants are up to bat. So they should.
Oh, they need a quarterback.
They should get a quarterback there, right?
They should, but the problem is, will they?
Next
I don't know.
The Jets.
The Jets absolutely need a quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers can't be there forever. And if you're going to be this bad and you didn't expect to be this bad, you should get a quarterback while you are bad enough to get a good one, because you may not be here again.
See, but I mean, I know, I understand the reasoning, and I'm hearing what you're saying, Keon, and it's probably great. But for me, I mean, you've got Aaron Rodgers. You've invested this kind of money in him. He's coming back, probably going to come back a little bit early to finish off the season. Wouldn't you go get some offensive linemen or some weapon or something to help him not get injured?
Same argument that you gave.
Second play into the season.
Yeah, but the offensive line was fine. It was the way he went down that caused that injury. It's not
Yeah.
like the offensive line can't protect people. You don't hear about
No.
Zach Wilson taking 1 billion sacks. The offensive line is okay in New York. And as far as the weapons, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, like they have weapons. They're a good football team. That's the reason why a lot of people thought maybe they could make a Super Bowl run with Aaron Rodgers. But there is going to be life after Aaron Rodgers, who's 40 years old. Just prepare for that, you know?
Well, the Tennessee Titans right now would go 8th, and Ryan Tannehill's a free agent who they just might let go free.
Yeah, but
So-
they've got what's his name? Was it Levis?
Yeah, Will Levis, yeah.
Yeah, Will Levis.
But they took him in the second round. So, I mean, it's another one of those, if it doesn't really pan out, you didn't commit nearly as much as if you'd taken him, 5th overall or something.
And then Tampa Bay's down there. I'm sure they could use somebody. Baker Mayfield, plus minuses. Mr. Pringle says maybe Bill Belichick will have the computer auto draft for him. Well, I don't see why he wouldn't. Last time he had a dog do it. So Canadian Butt Funda says, I don't have anything against the state of Pennsylvania, just Philadelphia sports teams. I plan on trying to get citizenship, but that'll take 7 to 10 years. As far as talking crap about other Canadian provinces, we all know those French bastards in Quebec are weird. Oh, I like this guy, Randy. I like this guy. You are correct.
Yeah.
I
look, if anybody shows up and starts saying, crap about Philly, I'm here for it. I already decided I liked them like a segment ago.
Well, to be fair, Philadelphia's been on a hot streak as of late. Them and the Coyotes have a similar record. And, you would expect that Arizona would go in and at least have a chance last night. But Philadelphia has just been really one of the hotter teams in the NHL. So they came in, scored 2 goals quick, put the Coyotes kind of down. And then they scored, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and snubbed the Coyotes from scoring any more goals. So they had great goaltending last night, and all of their ice guys, all the forward, the center, those guys they've just been on fire as of late. So you can't really blame the Coyotes for losing the game. Philadelphia won that game fair and square.
Oh, yeah. It was nothing to panic about, but you hate seeing it. So I'm with you on that, Canadian Butt Thunder. But I guess we should talk about possible draft positions, like I said, later on. A lot can happen between now and the end of the year. Bill Belichick can screw around. Maybe he is trying to save his job, suddenly get some wins and says, sorry, Bob, it just took us a while to figure this out, but we got it now. And, maybe the Patriots end up down with a 5th or 6th pick. Maybe the Arizona Cardinals can solidify that number 2 pick. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. So it's just kind of fun to speculate. I'm sure. Well, look at poor Keon. It's not fun. It's just sadness. It's just
I enjoy it, and it's better than watching the Commanders actually play.
The way your voice sounded there, I enjoy it. Is like the dog with the coffee cup and the place on fire as he sits at the tip. It's fine.
No,
it's fine.
Like the draft stuff I enjoy. Watching the Commanders play football, I'm past the point of pretending that that's fun. It's not.
Just another face in the crowd says, hey, Canadian Butt Thunder, here's a tip for your citizen classes. Pennsylvania is a commonwealth.
So is Kentucky.
Wait, I thought it was just their states. They're states on a map.
Commonwealth.
They're Commonwealth. But
I
they're
don't know
states.
what the difference is, but there is a difference, and I can't remember what it is right now.
States. I don't know. I guess you want to get all picky about it. But, I mean, they're states.
There are 4 states that are commonwealths, and literally they are commonwealths because their constitutional drafters said they were.
That was it?
Yep.
Well, we should throw them out of the United States.
The Commonwealth title does not give you any special legal significance, but the word just means that you were intended to serve the well-being of the people, which I thought was just what states were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
that's dumb. That is really dumb. Yeah, Pennsylvania and Kentucky are dumb. What are the other 2 states?
Virginia and Massachusetts.
And they're not even connected. So what we should do is throw them out of the United States, and then we should build a wall around those states and make them pay for it.
And then you can be the 4 Commonwealths of America. You can
Isn't Tucson a Commonwealth? Can't we hang this on them so we can get
I'm
rid of
pretty
them?
sure they're a Commonwealth. We should build a fence around them quick.
When
Well,
I
no,
become
because-
president, I will get rid of all these Commonwealths.
The word
When I'm
highlights
president,
that
I'll do the same thing.
the word highlights that the governments were intended to serve the well-being of the people. So I don't know if Tucson can be a
Yeah,
Commonwealth
there's no
on account of
well-being being served.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Hey, there's got to be a way
They're
to fix
serving
this.
meth, Randy. They're serving meth.
Got to be not fix it.
They got like platters of meth.
Is that like a poo platter for two?
Yeah, it's a no tooth platter for two right there. Meth. Here you go. Anyway, but just another face in the crowd. Thank you for that that intelligent text.
It's the smartest derailing we've ever had on a Friday. So naturally,
Friday.
someone is going to say something insane to
What
follow it.
show do you think you're listening to right now? How dare you?
Educating us and making us learn things. What are you doing?
I learned some things. I learned that John Rahm is getting even more money than I had thought. I thought he was getting like 300 million, but he is up front. He's getting paid 300 million up front, but at the end of it, it's about 566 million. So about $500 million.
That's what I
And
thought.
here's what he said, and then I'm right about what I said yesterday. He says, it was about his family. He says, I had a really good offer in front of me, and I've done this for my family. And that's a hard one to turn away from. Now, I'm dumb. I would have turned away from it. I would have been like, I guess I'm okay with my 50 million or however much I got on the last thing I did. I think I can be okay with just the 50 and maybe not pander to a terrorist state. Maybe I'll just go ahead and stick with PGA and do my thing. But then again, I don't have $500 million dropped in front of me saying, my friend. Now, it's not happening to me.
Yeah,
and I can understand why he would, but I wish he would.
I'm with you.
But he comes out and says he doesn't play the game for money. He plays for the love of the game. Now,
liar.
John, if you were playing on some tour that didn't pay out all these millions of dollars, and then I could see you saying something like that. But are you kidding me right now? You have so much money right now. Your family is going to be well taken care of for generations. You have generational type wealth. You have no worries, no problems, and nothing to think about. Now you have gone on and signed on a contract for the money to take care of your family, air quotes, and you're telling me you don't play the game for the money? What do you think you're doing right now by signing up with the LIV Tour?
And Randy is right. I mean, I don't know what his net worth is before this deal, but he lives in Scottsdale.
I'm just saying. I'm just so disappointed, and I'm sad that yet another guy who originally was standing up against.
I'll never
the
join the Rebel circuit.
Yeah,
now here he is shaking hands with Greg Norman, smiling, going, "I just won the lottery."
And just don't go. I mean, don't come out and say something like that, John.
His net
don't
worth,
come out and say something like that.
His net worth was 16 million before he won the
16?
16 before he won the 50.
16 million is good. You can retire on 16 million. That's not generational wealth. That's not.
But that was before he won this year.
Yeah, that's before. That was before the 50 million he won.
Oh, he did win the 50, so
the,
now he has 66 million. So 66 million, that's solid. You didn't have to do this. Your rent was not going to be late. I feel like at that point, and this is going to probably sound harsh.
Oh, and he's won 16 million euros on the European tour as well.
It's going to probably sound harsh when I say this, but when you sign that paper and you join up with the Saudis on that, you are basically taking a big old whiz on the rubble at the World Trade Center. That's what you're doing. To me, that's what I see. You are getting involved with a terrorist state that had something to do with what happened in 2001. And that makes me sick.
And it's a nation that doesn't want to be thought of that way and doesn't want to be remembered that way. Exactly. They don't want people to remember them as a terrorist state. So they pay people like John Rahm. And so at some point we will get far enough away from 9/11 that people are going to sit back and look. And when they think of Saudi Arabia, they're going to think of golf.
I'll tell you what, if I were a journalist, I'd be writing it subtly. Like, if I have to write on the Live Tour, I'll be like, John Rahm, Greg Norman, the Twin Towers of the LIV Tour, blah, 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 blah.
I just have a problem with these
guys. Get the plane off the ground.
Continually saying I don't play the game for the money. Well, yes, you do when you sign up because you have this enormous contract in front of you. I have to say I'm disappointed. I mean, I'm sure John Rahm is a nice guy. I'm sure all the guys on the Live Tour are nice people. But it's clear what's number one in their life, and it's money. That's it.
I respect Brooks Koepka for at least saying that. He was just like, they put a bunch of money in front of my face and I took it. And he never claimed that golf was about love to him. Golf is his job.
Yeah, I mean,
I still couldn't do it, but
here's the thing. We all say this. It's easy for us to say we would never do it. I'm saying it too, but it's a lot different when there's $566 million right in front of you.
And you can just think of
not to sign.
Your kids never having to work and your kids' never having to work. And
That's
their
why
kids
I wouldn't
never
sign it. I want my kids to work.
No,
lazy bunch of turds.
It's just for me, it's just a sad day. It's a sad day when to see somebody like Jon Rahm do that. Another golfer has submitted to the great God money.
Just another face in the crowd says any professional sports player says I play for the love of the game should take a very modest salary and donate the rest to charity.
Well,
yeah, there's people who say it was like in the Field of Dreams movie where they says, "Oh heck, I'd have played for food money. Oh heck, I'd have played for free." When Shoeless Joe was saying that in the movie, that character, that being, that person from that time, you absolutely believed him because back then, a lot of those guys they did play just for the love of the game. I understand that you want that from the people today, but it's also a different economy, a different situation, a different world that we live in. I don't blame Jon Rahm for taking that money. I just wish he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but I wish he wouldn't.
But Jeffrey, just like any professional athlete at the top of the game, Jon Rahm has many sponsorships, Mercedes-Benz, Wheels Up. I mean, he virtually travels for free because the Wheels Up people, and they are also paying him. I don't know what he's making. He gets money from the club or the golf companies that are sponsoring him, the ball companies.
I hear you.
Mercedes-Benz. I mean,
he
all these guys
going poor.
That's just say it like it is, man. Of course, I took the money because I have my family. It would set a lot better.
He said,
than I don't play the game.
He said, but as a husband and as a father and a family man, I have a duty to my family to give them the best opportunities and the most amount of resources possible. He has chosen his family.
It's just
also over the rest of the world.
Yeah. I get what Randy's saying though, because it's an about face from what he literally said a year ago when he was like, nah, not about the money.
Well, and not only that,
like, okay, come on, man.
You took money from people that are still to this day, conducting all sorts of human violations. I mean, human right violations. I mean, all you got to do is just, take a look in the news, go over there yourself. You'll see it all the time. I mean, there's no freedoms that we have here in the United States, and you have just joined forces with them by taking their money.
Hypocrite is the right word, Chief Skull. He says, afternoon, guys. Jon Rahm is a hypocrite. I know the money is tough to turn down, but, man, he just lost all integrity. Walter Mellon said, it's one thing to be upset with the players. I get that. But when is the PGA going to do something to retain these guys to stop the migration to the LIV Tour? The PGA can't outspend the LIV.
No, that last year alone, the LIV spent something like $3 billion on this. The Saudis spent something like $3 billion on this LIV tour just last year alone.
Yeah, PGA don't have that money. Historian says greed is good. Hefty Lefty and Blissful Hayes both noticed that I said duties. Well, that's the Daily Blender for you here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's the holiday season, and Famous Footwear is stocked with all the styles your family wants from the brands you love at prices that fit everyone's list. Shop the comfiest Hey Dude shoes and coolest Crocs, or snag the perfect pair of Bear Paw boots and slippers. Plus, for a limited time, find the latest Nike styles for the whole family at savings of up to 30% off. Shop famous.com or bring the whole family into a Famous Footwear near you and spread some cheer this holiday season with the gift of famously great shoes. Valid on select styles.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at GregClarkAutomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is Brian Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. This will be a very short segment. We went very long in the next one. But hey, whatever. Hey, Randy, are you enjoying all the videos that you're seeing of these cars that are like in Minnesota or back east that are trying to drive on ice and just sliding all over the place, bumping into each other?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I love that. I actually had that happen to me, but luckily I didn't hit anything because I wised up pretty quick. I was in Minnesota for 1 year. I was doing radio there, and it was like, well, I guess I better get going. And I had I had a sports car, and it was a rear-wheel drive sports car. And I get up to say, well, I'm gonna head on out. I'll just be careful on these roads. I should be fine. And so I pull out of the apartment complex. All is doing good, but as soon as I hit the road, the car just did whatever it wanted.
Oh boy!
Started going sideways down there, and there's a bunch of kids that were sitting up on the this little berm waiting for a school bus, and they were making fun of me as my car slid right towards them. Though they started screaming and all ran off. I couldn't do anything there, and that's what I did is I got the car and parked it, and then I just went back inside. Yeah, I'm like, so sorry, kids, you're gonna have to wait somewhere else for the bus. I'm going back to get warm. You guys enjoy being cold, you little bastards. Anyway, it's a helpless feeling. You're sitting there, you're like, oh, yeah. I should have had a four-wheel drive. What was I thinking? But anyway, I enjoy those videos. More people with more to say about the John Rahm thing. Prison Wallet says, I think we're all hypocrites. We're judging this man for taking a bunch of money from bad people when we've all got iPhones and electric cars and all kinds of other things that are associated with child labor and human rights violations. Yeah, that's the thing, though. The difference is when we figure that out, then it's up to us to try to make a difference. My daughter sent me a Christmas list of stuff, and my son has sent me little things, and I saw it was on a website that, well, it was a Chinese site, and I watched this video on them and found out there was human rights violations and all sorts of other stuff. I called them up and I said, listen, I'm going to give you money. What you do with it is going to determine what kind of person you're deciding to be. And I gave them the background on that company, Shein, or whatever they're called. And I said, here's the things that are going on. Here's the copyright infringement to child labor to everything, to chemicals that are on there that you'll have to wash off. But I want you to educate yourself about this and then decide if that is something you want to do. So, yeah, we're all hypocrites, and we can't help it, though.
Yeah.
Some of the things we don't even know, and there's nothing else we can do. Now, maybe that's me just making it nice and easy on us, but, that's kind of where we're at. Everything at Walmart is from China. Made in America? No, not anymore.
Not for years, but the thing too is I don't think it's hypocritical because you're talking about a guy in John Rahm who had a lot of money already. He didn't need to do this. There is no electronic device that you can buy. Say you don't want to buy an iPad. Those are made in China. People who have worked on those, they literally put netting around the buildings because people have tried to kill themselves because of how just crappy the work conditions are. But there is no electronic device where the battery isn't mined from cobalt, which is child slaves mine this.
Randy, are you against that netting too?
No.
Okay.
It's because everything is so connected. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen The Good Place, but that's the point of that show, is that you might be buying some chocolate and didn't know that Nestle uses child slaves to get the chocolate. And if you try and buy something else, you might be buying it from a company that's a subsidiary of Nestle. There's no way your money is not going to some of these people. In the case of John Rahm, he chose to go to the LIV. There's no complicated process between John Rahm and the $500 million he was promised. He knew what it was, he knew what they were, and he chose to do it. I don't think that's hypocritical at all, because if I didn't buy this phone, I'd have to have another phone. You have to have a phone in our society, or you can't communicate with anybody.
Prison Wallet, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Prison Wallet, you're right, but it's not that simple. I mean, there's a lot of layers.
There's more steps in between me and the unethical thing that's happening.
He knows that.
As opposed to, hey, an actually bad person walks up to you and says, "Hey, I have killed many people, but I'm offering you some money to tell everybody else that I'm a real nice guy."
Mm-hmm. And the historian says Saudi Arabians, that's allies of convenience, when it's convenient for them. Dodger Danny says, the last time we had the news following a vehicle with such obsession, it was O.J. Simpson's Bronco. Today, everybody's focused on this plane flying from California to Toronto. Ohtani's not even on that plane. Well, that's right. I was wondering about that. Everybody's making a big deal saying, Ohtani is on his way to Toronto. Oh, he's going to be a Canadian, player now. And then all the Japanese, journalists that are specifically in Southern California to cover Ohtani for Japan, they're like, crap. Now we got to go to another country. We got to move all our stuff. We got to follow him there. They're not happy because they're like, it's cold there. They don't want to go at all. Hefty Lefty says maybe the PGA would have more luck retaining guys if they gave him those sweet Letterman jackets that Rahm got. I didn't see it. So the LIV has Letterman jackets?
Look, man, the LIV and PGA Tour are in cahoots together. Yeah. They're in cahoots together right now. They're working out a deal so that they can combine both the PGA and the Saudi organization. So the PGA has already submitted to the power of the Saudi investment firm that wants to do golf as well. So, I mean, there's just no stopping it. It's going to happen. Soon, they'll all be part of it, whether they like it or not.
Killer Rabbit says, wait, so what you're saying is my bag of M&Ms, there's a child that screwed up and put all those W's in there? Yeah, that's child labor. Yep. Kids don't know the difference between an M and a W, Killer Rabbit. You really can't blame them.
Right?
Chief Skull says, if you say it's not about the money and you wouldn't join LIV for that reason, and then you backtrack because of the money that you're getting and use the excuse of what's best for you and your family, you sold out and you're a hypocrite. Yeah.
Thank you.
He is right. Prison Wallet says, what's that say about PGA? It should be a collective society. Boycott golf now. I already do, but for different reasons. It's boring. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/save. That's UQORA.com/save.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower use for adults only.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
So she says to this guy, "No, silly, it's not mine. It belongs to the chicken."
Oh my gosh. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, she said it belongs to the chicken.
No.
See what I mean?
But
the guy thought it was hers, but it belongs to the chicken.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. You know, I just, never mind. I just not even going to do it. Are we live? Are we ready?
Oh. It's 4:00, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, Hefty Lefty shows me the picture. You're right. He's sitting there shaking hands with Greg Norman wearing a LIV golf leather jacket, and that looks cheesy. That looks like networks trying to give swag to radio station cheesy. That Live logo is even cheesy. That whole thing, that's a whole bunch of cheese in that picture right there. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's real leather. I'm sure it's really probably an expensive jacket, but it looks, I'd rather have a members only jacket, to be honest. Yeah, that is, he says, look at it. It's glorious. I don't know. You guys seen the jacket? I don't feel like that's glorious at all. I'm not feeling it. And not just because ethics. I'm just saying. I don't think he's that good looking.
Not a real fashion statement.
No, maybe not. Any grown up wearing a letter jacket is always like a red flag. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, Al Bundy, we see, let it go. Come on, Rico. Uncle Rico, put it down. Big George is on the text line. Says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. TGIF. Oh, damn it. Just realized I missed the first hour of the show. It's 3:00 here in California, but the show's already 1 hour in. What did I miss? Did you guys talk about Shohei Ohtani possibly going to Toronto Blue Jays? We've talked about the rumor, but we're not getting deep into that. There's no fact to go with this fiction, so we'll just wait until something is real. But
the thing I was reading before he came on the air, John Morosi was talking about this whole thing, and there's everybody's going crazy about what is Shohei Ohtani going to do. I wish everybody would just say, relax. This reminds me of, remember back in the day when Brett Favre left Green Bay and he was going to sign with Minnesota? Remember
when LeBron decided to make his little decision in his stripy shirt.
Yeah, they were following airplanes, and they were unconfirmed rumors, this, that, and the other. Look, the bottom line is this: Dodgers, Blue Jays, Angels, Giants still in the running. The Dodgers have seemed to, according to John Morosi, the Dodgers have fallen back a bit, and Toronto has emerged as the front runner. There is no confirmed anything of Shohei Ohtani being in Toronto. And so he will make his decision when he makes his decision, and everybody should just take a deep breath and wait. It's going to happen. It's going to happen sooner before rather than later, and we'll have to wait and see what happens.
So now we don't know anything, right? Because if you listen to some people on Twitter, it's done. It's been decided. But
you can't do that.
There's
the only
$600 million contract. Here we go.
I would listen to the actual insiders, people that do this for a living, kind of like Adam Schefter with the NFL, the Woj bomb with the NBA, John Morosi. Some of those guys for the MLB are the people that I would listen to. I don't listen to any of these nut jobs on the Twitter X.
What about Eddie Munster passing over at the ESPN?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would probably listen to him, but some of these guys you got to be careful. Some of these guys could be real drama queens, but he's okay, I guess. I mean, he's fairly
he
grounded.
says it's either the Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Dodgers, or the San Francisco Giants.
Well, there was Morosi said something about the Angels still being involved. So,
I imagine they are.
Yeah,
still in a conversation. But Ohtani, evidently smarter than Mike Trout. He's just like, I got to get out of here. I can't.
Well, Trout,
I can't win nothing here.
Yeah, Trout signed all guaranteed, and he's happy to stay with Anaheim, Orange County, California Angels. But they've already kind of squelched any sort of rumors about Mike Trout being traded by just saying no, he won't be traded, which tells me, he's probably going to be traded. But the bottom line is Shohei Ohtani will make his decision. He's a full free agent. He's not committed anywhere. And, all these rumors and stuff, you've got to kind of take them with a grain of salt. So
Roll Tide Kara says Padres were dumb to trade Soto. The Padres were dumb to have an old monk, Franciscan monk as their mascot. The dump goes back even further. That's what the Padres, right? That isn't that their
you don't
mascot?
You don't mess with a monk, man. You don't
the
mess
only
with
monk
a
I fear is Kung Fu, Guai Chang Kang from Kung
and
Fu.
There you go. And there you go. That's what I'm talking about. These
but
guys
that's
have
not who this is. This is a dopey white guy who just stands around in a brown robe,
shaved to the top of his head, but not the sides for whatever reason.
He's out there getting sunburned on his giant dome.
You don't mess with these guys. They got special skills, man.
Not
a special set of
Franciscan
skills.
monk.
Oh yeah, special set of skills.
Chinese monks, yes.
Chinese monks as well, but the Franciscan monks as well. I mean, they'll kick your ass, and they'll make a beer that goes along with you being hauled away in the ambulance. You see what I'm saying?
I've never been afraid of a Franciscan
set
monk.
of skills. Oh
ever.
well, you should be.
No.
You don't know what's going on under that robe.
I
They
don't
can
wanna
come out
see
of
it.
there with
I don't-
like an Uzi. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know what's under there, man.
I feel like that's not monk-like, but okay.
You just don't know.
Monk
Yeah.
with an Uzi.
Big Kev says, afternoon, guys. I'm going to say that Shohei signs with Baltimore. My reasoning is because I predicted Daniel Jones as a first rounder of the New York Giants and becoming Eli's successor over 2 years before it even happened. So if I say Shohei is going to Baltimore, that man is going to Baltimore.
He probably will go to Baltimore with the team that he signs with. Probably not going to be the Orioles.
Big Kev, who was right once.
Look, if you can dine out on it, I would. I think the thing that makes the Padres particularly dumb about trading Soto is of all the guys that they overpaid, he's been the most consistent.
He's been the most consistent, but they got a haul of some quality farm players that they can bring into their system and kind of replenish what they've given up over the years by bringing in some of these guys.
Yeah,
so
I'd have just gotten rid of Tatis or Machado or somebody.
Machado, I have a feeling, is going to stay in San Diego, and he's going to no trade clause him until he is done playing baseball. I just have a feeling. Tatis, on the other hand, we'll see.
Yeah. Big George says, Jeffrey, Padre means father in Spanish. They're the San Diego Fathers. Deadbeat dads, more like. Whopper says,
no,
can't pitch anymore. Needs second Tommy John. Needs another year of rehab.
He's going to have a year of rehab, but he is going to be a valuable.
Shohei didn't have his surgery already?
He's already had a surgery. His second one,
okay,
but he needs the rehab.
He's not pitching this year. He's going to play DH exclusively this year.
Mm-hmm. Chief Skull says, breaking news. Ohtani has changed his name to Poutine. If that were true, I don't think that's true. Blissful Hayes says, maybe Ohtani will sign with Live Baseball. Oh, Jesus.
If that happens, if there is a Live Baseball league, I'm officially done. I'm just going to go out into the forest somewhere and live forever. I'm done. You can't whitewash your crimes with baseball too. You don't get to have every sport, Saudis. You don't get to have every single one.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. You know what? We haven't done serious man talk in a while. We've been so busy with this football season and everything else that's been going on. We haven't taken a moment to have some good quality man talk. This would be a good time if you have any man card questions or man card violations you want to report, maybe your friends or your family or something like that. If you want, or you have some dilemmas, you need a man card question. I'm here to help as your Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner, and I do have a master's degree, a doctorate even, in manology from the Sheer Damn Manliness Institute. So I am the expert here on this. But listen, there needs to be something said. Men, we need to have sex. Wait, let me rephrase that. Men, we need to be having sex. Wait,
still doesn't.
Men, we need to go out there and
still not works.
Yeah. Go get laid. How's that?
That's better. That's better. Look, it's to the point.
No. I was watching a financial show there, right? Because you got to see how the stocks are doing, right? And this lady comes on there and she starts talking and she's like, yeah, the economy is in trouble because men aren't buying houses and they're not having sex. I'm like, ooh, well, I'm listening. And she says, no, looking at consumer data. By the way, the Oracle of Wall Street is Meredith Whitney, and she's on the I don't know, some channel. And she says retail spending has been down all year. Restaurant spending, travel, services, leisure. The fastest growing leisure spend, fantasy sports and online betting. Says the negative impact is that all these young men, they're not going out. They're not dating. They're not spending money. They're just happy to sit at home. It's 63% of young men are single. She says that's the highest it's ever been. 50% of those young men have no interest in dating, not even casually. And 30% of young men say they haven't had sex in over a year and don't even seem to care.
Wow.
I don't. Fantasy sports is not an all-day thing. You just set your lineup and walk away. Who is wasting so much time?
Well, unless you're Mr. the King, he does it for a living.
Yeah, I mean that's his job. So he's in
38 teams or something.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of different leagues. Like in one league with
writes articles,
week-long draft.
Says young men who have grown up with gaming are going to do everything on their phone, and now they can do all sorts of betting on their phone. They can do real-time parlays on their phone. You got young men who don't want to date, young women who are spending their time with Instagram moments at a Taylor Swift concert, but they're not getting together.
You know, you can also date on your phone. They've made apps that do this.
Wait, what?
She's just telling you the stats, man, and it's hurting the economy. So,
Wait.
men, we need to have sex with other people that are not me and you. Go out and get some. Go out and get some. You're hurting the economy. Maybe that's how I should have led this.
Tinder's
It
a
took
real
me a
thing.
while to finally get the
Yeah.
right.
See, that's the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that in line there. Yeah. Help the economy.
Put
Go have
that
sex.
in there. Help
Yeah.
the economy.
There you go.
Though, let's just be frank
It's a
about
mental
this.
picture. Mental picture.
Yeah.
Put that in there. Help the economy.
There it is. There it is.
None of us are buying houses, though. That's just. Have you seen the price of houses? Just.
Well, maybe if you put that in there, the economy will shift and we'll be able to buy houses. We need to bleep our way into some new homes. I don't know why I had to make that motion when I said that. But I am hip thrusting as I say, we need to put that in there so we can get some houses.
Get it on
Wow.
so the economy can get it on.
Get it on.
Oh,
Bang
get
it
it
on.
on. Yeah.
Remember that song? That was a great song.
Yeah.
Get it on. Bang it on. Yeah, we got to help. We got to do our part. So anyway, so that's a very important man talk message. Go get some. Go get some and help rejuvenate this economy.
Good message, Jeffco.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. On to the next thing in men's health. This is a very important question. I think we've all asked it. I think we've all wondered it. Does farting burn calories?
Yes.
Because if so, according to my wife, I've been burning calories in my sleep. I don't do it on purpose. I'm not doing it around her, but I have woken myself up on more than a couple occasions. So I know she's telling the truth. But the site Health Digest just did an article and they say, okay, there is a fact that every fart burns an average of 67 calories.
That's it.
Well, for you and me, it's going to be higher because we are established. We're like fine-tuned athletes of flatulence.
We're kind of grandfathered in to more calorie burns.
Yeah, when you let her rip, the muscles that make that happen are relaxing, not contracting, and activating your muscles is what burns calories. So that said, if you have to strain to release that blast of gas, it might burn maybe one more calorie or two. So sometimes when you bear down, you're like, ah, like that, like maybe it's like the dog is there and you're like, ah, you're not getting a lot out of it. So, don't blow something out. You know what I'm saying?
Can I request that you make an addendum on that for all of our friends that are over 55?
Why is that? Are you going to use the word prolapse?
Make sure that it's a fart you're working on.
Oh yeah.
Because when you get to be our age, there's a decided fork in the road. If you know what I'm saying right now, there's a possibility that there may be some real substance to that flatulence.
Yeah,
if you're not careful.
See,
my suggestion is already be in the bathroom ready to go. You see
I'm
what I'm
at the
saying?
age where occasionally there's a concern. You're at the age where there's occasionally a reality.
Yeah, well, you have a conversation with yourself, like, okay, well, wait just a minute. What is this feeling like?
You can't do that shift with your legs. You're like,
Yeah.
is there something back there now?
You got to kind of move. There's a move you develop
I'm
with your
doing it.
hips.
You can't see it, but it's
kind of
there.
one cheek it there.
Right, one
and
leg,
you-
your knee goes out forward, and your other leg kind of goes back. And you're like, is there something?
Yeah, because you're checking for substance, and if
Move
there's
two
substance
is
yeah.
a pat. Like, is
Yeah.
there?
Mm.
It's
No,
just-
I'm good.
It's
There's
like
nothing
a
back there.
it's like a pass thrown to you from Andy Dalton. There's just a lot of 50-50 ones going. I could.
Yeah.
Boy, that could just be gas.
Well, for Andy, yeah.
Yeah, you never when you get to be my age, you never trust a fart. Never. Yeah, never.
I'm trusting them less, but I'm not there yet.
Mhm.
But according to a weight loss specialist, it doesn't matter how much gas you pass or how loud and explosive those biscuits are. You can't fart yourself thin. It's not a practical weight loss tool.
Oh,
but
that's too bad.
hey, at least you know you're doing some good when you do it.
And you're doing good for air quality.
You really aren't. You really aren't. No.
Tried to sell it, Jeff. Go.
Not helping. Kiss the Cook says man card violation, blowing up the workplace bathroom and not leaving a written warning. It's not a man card violation, but that's a human violation. That's a war crime. That is a crime against humanity.
I think it is in the Geneva Convention. I think I saw that.
We used to say that. Here's the thing. I used to have this syndicated rock show, and I had my own studio, and there was a bathroom door right in the studio. And we had a rule. If you're going to commit a war crime, go home. Don't do that there, because we're all going to be suffering if you do that. So no war crimes.
If I'm here with another person, I always warn. Always. Just so you know.
Well, we have an alternative bathroom there. So yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah. So just so you know which bathroom to go into. I wouldn't go into that one until after New Year's. Just
very polite of you. But the other part is it's always funny though when you don't tell someone. When you hear this.
Dear God!
I just don't know if I could do that to my coworkers. Like if it was a complete stranger and I just walked out and just completely blew it up. Yeah, I'm not telling you.
There were people who used to work there we didn't like. And you know, if I felt like I was going to blow something up, I'd do a little in both bathrooms. Just
courtesy flush, man. Courtesy flush.
Moist One says calories aren't the only thing my farts are burning. Beer Bob says, is that the new Trogan slogan? Put it on for the economy. Yes. That's not bad. We should put that on a sticker.
Put it on
for the
economy?
For Trojan. Matthew from Sun City says, you said men go out and get some. I say men of all ages, beware of the ubiquitous American horror. She will not only lie to you and break your heart, but you may also receive something that you'll take with you forever. It's called a venereal disease. Man, well, I'm more afraid you were going to say baby.
Who are y'all dating? What?
Yeah, man. What kind of girls you hanging out with?
Well,
man?
He's in Sun City, so yeah.
I don't know what that means. That doesn't.
That's the
Sun
City is the
elderly
retirement community. That's
recently it's like Caligula.
Yeah.
No, man. They
like the highest sources of venereal disease in the entire state.
We got nothing to lose, bitches. And they are just on top of cars.
Come here, Ethel. I got some for you tonight.
Lying in the frozen food section, just getting crazy. I mean, everywhere you look, there's Sun City copulation with. It's like you ever see a bunch of golden raisins in a bowl? It's kind of like that. Just stuck together. I'm just saying.
For the I don't know, maybe 1,000th time since I've been working on this show, I'm sorry I asked.
Yeah, you're really.
I'm sorry I asked.
It is the remnants of the free love population that was around in the the 60s. So.
Matthew says, sorry, I had a typo earlier. I meant to say, beware of the ubiquitous American whore. Oh, yeah, I can see how that would do that. Yeah. Whopper says, Ohtani needs a second Tommy John. Thought he already had that.
He's already completed that surgery.
Oh. He says, no, he hasn't had it. His first go-around took him nearly 2 years to rehab. Second time around is less successful. Changes him from by far the best player ever to just a good DH. Well, I imagine teams are thinking about that. Killer Rabbit says, can a man in a downtown Gilbert be allowed to wear a Beer Me t-shirt while drinking a mimosa? Well, there's a man card question. No. I mean, that's not a man card. Well, the mimosa might be a man card violation. But the Beer Me t-shirt, if you're going to have that t-shirt on, you need a beer in your hand. Unless you're handing that to a girl, or a friend of a alternative lifestyle. You shouldn't be wearing that t-shirt, pal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Killer Rabbit, but it's not a man card violation. The Jet says, I've had some serious man talk. I just want Randy to know that I bought a 4-burner outdoor Blackstone grill, and it's awesome. I've only cooked in the house one time in the last 10 days. Every time I fire it up, I feel more like a man than I already am.
There you go.
Yeah, your old co-host probably couldn't handle this thing. He wouldn't even thought about bringing it home.
Congratulations, man.
Hey, and something else. I'm helping the economy by buying it. He says, no, I've had sex on it 3 times.
Oh boy.
He's
There it
getting his
is.
money's
Yeah,
worth.
yeah, wow.
Wow.
Just that is
He
Absolutely
is
right.
getting it on for the economy. I like that. Yeah.
that's an all-in-one device right there.
By the way, November 29th, Shohei Ohtani had his second Tommy John surgery.
Okay, so he did get it. Okay.
Yeah, I thought we talked about it, but I couldn't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry, not November 29th, October 1st.
Pickle D says, have y'all heard of Calhoun's Rat Utopia? No, I'm not Googling it. Matthew from Sun City says, I say men. Okay, you've already said that. Kiss the Cook says, again, men are at fault for not spending money or having sex. It takes two, right? And the other one always has an excuse. Get it on for the econ. Well, that's not bad. Get it on for the econ.
Get it on for the econ. I like
Well
that.
done, Kiss the Cook. Well done.
Yeah.
Pickle D says, you should look that up on a break. The Calhoun Rat Utopia is really interesting and pertains to the men not having sex topic. Still, I'm not going to be the first. So somebody else is going to have to Google it and make sure that I don't end up seeing something I don't want to see. I remember somebody says, hey, there's these girls that are sharing this cup and it is hilarious. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's
Just
not. So
Weird
I'm not
that
looking
video
anything up.
was just everywhere to the point that multiple generations of people were traumatized by
I'm not looking
that
again.
video.
Yeah. So somebody else has got to go first on the Calhoun Rat thing, whatever that is. All right, taking a break. When we come back, we got a little more man talk to cover, but then we got to get into some football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention a Fanatic to get 10% off.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. My biggest priority is for Arizona students to be more proficient at reading and math. That's why I'm making $40 million available to offer one-on-one tutoring for elementary school students in Arizona public and charter schools who did not test proficient. This program will offer more income for participating teachers, which they deserve. Visit azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
Grand Canyon University basketball is back for another exciting season. After advancing to March Madness in 2 of his 3 seasons as the head coach, Bryce Drew brings a team to the court this season, picked to win the conference once again, and led by first-team All-WAC selection Gabe McLaughlin and WAC preseason Player of the Year Ray Harrison. Check out the schedule at gculopes.com to find matchups with San Francisco, DePaul, Liberty, and last year's national championship runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. Join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on The Fanatic, the home of Lopes basketball.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Silver Pops says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Jeffrey, Chuck Norris, a huge consumer of mimosas. If it's good enough for Chuck, it's manly. I don't believe you. And I'm pretty sure that anything that passes through his lips becomes whiskey automatically. So you are incorrect.
Even when he drinks water.
Moist One Jet, I'm not going to go down that driveway anymore. Especially not that one, just another face in the crowd.
Okay.
Sun Devil Raul says, hi, I just woke up from a nap. What are you guys talking about? Videos. Hey, do you remember that weird adult video of the girl? Yeah, okay. I'm just not gonna read the rest
Moving
of
right
it.
along,
Yeah, not doing that. Yeah. Silver Pop says my source, Ralph's mom. Okay, now come on.
Oh, there's no reason for that at all.
Pickle D says, "Oh, the rat thing. I promise it's not gross. If it is, you can block me for life." No, I have actually heard of.
Yeah, I looked
Calhoun's
it up
rat
actually.
utopia.
Yeah,
It's a fascinating study and rats, at least, I guess. But yeah, that's disturbing. Anyway, but we're going to move on now to other manly things. One of them is you might want to think about this. Do you like Pizza Hut? I don't know if anybody likes Pizza Hut. I like Domino's. I like Pizza Hut.
It'll do.
Pizza Hut's not what it used to be, though, huh, Randy?
No.
You used to go to Pizza Hut. You used to go
Oh, yeah.
sit down and you go play some video games and some air hockey or whatever, and then they'd bring you the food and you burn the hell out of the top of your mouth on it. But you had all them free drinks. It was good stuff, man. Nowadays, it's just they deliver you some pizza. But yeah, listen, deliveries are a vital part of the holiday season for most of us. And if you're not sure how to say thank you to a delivery driver, well, you could start with, just saying thanks. Hey, pal, thank you. You need to tip them. I mean, thank you's nice, but tip them. But there's another thing you can do. Always tip. No matter what you do, always tip. But you could give them some pizza. I don't mean out of the box they just delivered to you. Pizza Hut has launched a new promotion where they're giving away doormats to homeowners that say, leave a box, get a box. And it says, dear delivery driver, scan this QR code for your own pizza present. So then you call Pizza Hut, they come down there, they're like, oh yeah, here's your pizza. And then you click, they did the thing, and then it routes them a gift card, which they can use to get a free pizza from Pizza Hut. Deliveries can apparently be anything, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, UPS. Oh, so it could be for any driver.
Oh, that's cool.
The thing is, does that mean I'm paying for a bunch of damn pizza? That's the other thing. Doormats are free and you can claim one online, but they're only making 250 of them. So you better act quick. Go to shop@pizzahut.com, I guess. But the delivery drivers have until December 27th to claim that pizza, and it's limited to one per driver. So even if they make multiple deliveries to your house, they only get the one. It's unclear if there's a limit of claims per doormat. But I think I don't understand is, am I paying for everybody's pizza? Am I paying for all these guys' pizza? Or is it just the fact I have the doormat? You see where I'm confused? Who's paying for all this?
Well, guessing just based on it's a limited run kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Pizza Hut is just to get people eating Pizza Hut.
You do something like this and you're like, I'm doing nice things. And then all of a sudden you get a bill. You're like, I'm moving because I'm not paying this. Oh, by the way, here's something that some of you accomplished alcoholics might like. I know you're love you some nostalgia there. And people like nostalgic smells, things that remind you of your childhood. Like freshly baked cookies, a wood fireplace, pine needles, that sort of thing. But for the accomplished alcoholics in your life, maybe they would like to have the cozy smells of the bar that they like to go to, the dive bar. Because if you're drinking Miller Lite, you're going to a dive bar. Celebrating their 120th anniversary, Miller Lite High Life is selling Merry Highlight, which is a 2.5 foot tall light up neon Christmas tree. It's a 3D bar sign topped with the Miller High Life logo. And here's the kicker. It's been infused with the scent of sweet tobacco. That's allowing the odor of cigarettes to waft through your home. The $120, by the way, if you go to Miller High Life's online store, and you can get a bigger one too. They got a 5-foot version. But all the smells of the dive bar you love. Just turn it on and flip the switch. Miller High Life.
That would be just awful.
Yeah, you go to the dive bar for the alcohol, not the smell. The smell is what you ignore while you're trying to be there. Why would you want that in your house?
That sound your shoes makes as you walk across the floor. Oh my God! Yeah.
You go there for the cheap drinks and the cheap women. That's just a fact. That's just a fact.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Speaking of odors.
Yes, right.
Oh my God.
Well, they should add a little fish to that. I'm just saying that there's room for improvement. There always is when you have these sorts of promotional ideas.
Yes.
Hey, I'm a little bit sad about something. It sucks to get older. And Mike McCarthy,
Yes, it does. Yes.
Mike McCarthy is enjoying something I didn't get to enjoy. Let me explain. I don't mean 50 extra large pants, with
3 hidden sandwich compartments.
Right. 4 hidden sandwich compartments. We've only caught him eating 3, but he's got 4 sandwiches. But he, I guess, had appendix problems. He had to have it out. And he had it out. And now he's going to go coach the team just a few days later. When I was 15, back in 1985, I was just in Hell Week for football. And all of a sudden, I had some illness, and it turned out my appendix was seconds away from bursting. If they had not cut into me as soon as they had, it would have popped inside me, and what a mess that could have been. So, they cut me open. They took the thing out, stitched me back up, and it was a couple of weeks for me to recover. And, I was walking around like George Burns for a while. It hurt like hell, but then I hear Mike McCarthy is getting his appendix out, and he'll be standing on the sideline, all happy-go-lucky, like nothing happened. And it turns out that they don't do it the same way they used to, where they cut through my muscle.
They do that. That
laparoscopic thing.
Yeah, that little 3-fingered looking thing. That's how they took my gallbladder out.
Yeah, that's not right, man. I missed football that season because of that. Because I was in Hell Week, and then I was down for a couple of weeks, and it was just too late. And then I couldn't, even after those 2 weeks, I couldn't. My friends were afraid to even mess with me. They're like, I don't want to punch you and have my hand go inside you. We were, everybody was worried about that. It took me about a month before I was really back to normal. And so now I look at this and I'm like, well, this is bull crap. This is not right. I could have played football this year if they'd had this laparoscopic stuff.
Yes.
So, I'm just a little bummed out.
I heard the surgery went well. And after he came out of the anesthesia, I heard his first words were, "Hey, are you going to eat that?"
That's always like the first thing you hear him say. To be honest, that's why they don't interview him much, just because that's what he's always like.
Oh, he's tried to eat microphones before. They don't want to really.
Aaron Andrews, you got any food in your purse? I smell it on you. Don't act like you don't have it. Yes, moist one. My friends didn't want to fist me.
I had that thought, and I was like, you know what? If I say it, someone is gonna put that out there. I'm not gonna say anything.
And the show has finally got you.
And then it happened anyway. It happened anyway.
Whopper says, "Well, you could have still kicked Jeffrey." No, I was an actual football player, so wouldn't even occur to me to kick.
So when you see, the thing is, if Jeffrey were the kicker that season, he would still say, "But I missed football that year."
Yeah, I didn't play. I just kicked. That was it. Pickle D says, "Hey, just got you guys a new listener. My passenger loved that man card segment." Oh, see, Pickle D, I think you've misunderstood. We are not looking for new listeners this time. This is why this radio show is on 1580 The Fanatic. We're
the last line of defense between 1580 The Fanatic and new listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pickle D.
We are
Appreciate
the
it.
success barrier right here. Okay.
And we got a save streak going.
So that's the other thing. Pickle D is if you're an Uber driver there and your passenger is like, "Hey, I'm gonna listen to that show." Out of how many hundreds have you subjected to this show?
Where they were
and
like,
that one weirdo goes, "Hey, this is a show for me." Get that person out of your car immediately. Just be on the corner at the next light for your own safety.
Because if you've driven 100 people and that's the one guy excited, there's 99 people who are like, "Yeah, my Uber driver's weird." You'll never guess what he was listening to.
Like bad comments, like he was listening to some weird show from Lithuania. I don't even know what the hell it was. You might want to think about that.
Lithuania.
Because we don't make sense to hardly anybody.
They were talking about mouse experiments. I thought this was a sports show. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got.
Oh yeah, it's a sports show. Yeah, yeah. Why is he talking about two girls with a cup? I don't understand that. That's just weird. Is this a restaurant show? I don't get it. And Pizza Hut and Miller High Life?
Who knows?
Don't get it.
Oh yeah, if you subject them to us on a Friday, I'm sorry.
Probably the best day of the week.
Yeah. If you ever pick somebody up from the airport, just turn off the radio. You don't need any
people coming
international incidences.
I think we cover more ground on Friday than we do all week. Are you kidding me?
That makes me uncomfortable.
Because
you never know what you're going to hear on the Daily Blender on a
that's
Friday
true.
show.
That is a fact.
Somewhere. Do we have word on Shohei Ohtani yet? Is there anything now? When will we know?
No.
When he makes a decision.
When will that be?
When he makes it.
Make what? When he makes what?
Well, he's going to go get some for the economy. What was it?
There you go.
For the econ.
Man, I just feel so bad for those Japanese journalists. It's like, I don't want to go to Canada.
Yeah, just to be in Canada and then have to be in Toronto.
But isn't there cold weather in Japan? I think there is.
Oh, sure. But
Northern Japan is very cold.
And these guys are from Tokyo or something like that. So it's like, it's not that bad there. So hey, here's the thing. If you had your choice between LA, San Francisco, and Toronto, I'm feeling like maybe you're going to want to stay in California.
I think so too.
Nothing personal towards the Canada. I like Canada.
You know, just in terms of
as a place, not
flights back to Japan. California back to Japan. Like, okay, I could see my family more often. Damn it, he's moving to Toronto. I mean, it's just not great for them. I feel
sorry, I was disturbed there. Sorry, I'm listening. But number one Rattler fan just says, as an Uber driver, once 6 years ago, I had sex with one of my riders for a whole week. Best week of my life.
Oh, jeez.
I don't.
What was his name?
Oh my God. Why are we like this?
Welcome to the Friday show, the last show of the Daily Blender.
Why are you asking that? The Jet says, Randy, I'm about 3 miles from my house. Can you please pour me a beer? Gentlemen, have a great weekend. Yes, but don't drink it until you get home. Swuzman says, Jeffrey, try listening to the show in the off football season. You guys are super entertaining most of the year. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Just another face in the crowd.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
You're super entertaining.
Look, we've got dry spells.
This show blows. Just another face in the crowd says, now I can hear somebody's headphones. It's Randy's, but that's all right. Number one Rattler fan says, his name was Bert. We salute you, Bert.
All right, number one Rattlers fan, is your name by any chance Ernie? Just asking. Just ask.
It might be. We got to take a break. When we come back, I swear to you, we will actually talk some football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/save. That's UQORA.com/save.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-613-7356 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800 800-613-7356. That's 800-613-7356. What do you have to lose? Call 800-613-7356. Again, 800-613-7356.
Can I open it now? I think you've waited long enough.
Yeah, go for it, kiddo.
I already have this baseball cap.
Not this one.
Look a little closer, sweetheart. Signed?
Yeah, buddy.
I can't believe it. Do you still have that card all these years later? Do you have trading cards that's been sitting in a box for decades? Scottsdale Cards is who you want to call first. The Valley's card, comic book, and collectibles expert since 1989. Scottsdale Cards is your source to sell your trading cards and other collectibles, including those comic books you've been doing nothing with. We are always interested in buying your vintage sports cards and comic books, certified autographs, memorabilia, and collectibles. So what collectibles do you have stored away? They could be worth thousands. Call or text 480-419-2990. That's 480-419-2990. Or go to scottsdalecards.com. That's scottsdalecards.com. Or search Scottsdale Cards on your mobile phone today.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
In the morning, get out of my bed. Wake up, Phoenix, to the best new morning sports show on radio. Join me, Tony D.
And me, Ron Culver, every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. right here on 1580 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, enough about Shohei
Ohtani.
Thank you. I was trying to combine his first and last name there just for brevity, but I guess not. Enough about that feller. Enough about that guy. I don't know where he's going, but God bless him when he gets there. It ain't going to be the Diamondbacks, so who gives a crap? So let's move on to football things, shall we? Even though Big George says he actually finds the show most entertaining, probably not during football season. And here's what he says. He says, because then we get a full 3 hours all the time, each day, every day. No preemptions, except for March Madness, GCU basketball games. That's when the show gets good, when there's too much time on your hands.
That's right. March Madness.
I might not come back.
More time off.
I might just enjoy it and just March Madness the rest of my life.
Let's not say it too loud.
Oh, that's right, because Radio Ron could close its thing.
We did get punished before when we gloated too much. So,
yep, not gloating. Just gonna keep that to myself. Let's talk football, everybody.
Hey, football.
Okay. Yeah. Radio Ron is he's out of town.
Is it?
But see, that's even more likely he might be listening
on the app. On the app, he's probably on the app.
All right. So you know the feller that was holding the first down sign, that guy,
broken leg.
Yeah, for the Saints. Well, I guess yes. He actually somebody put a microphone in front of him, and he's like, it seems like a really nice guy. He's a teacher. He's a teacher, and I guess he only makes $50 every time he goes to the game. So I mean, you're like, okay, $50 is not much to do that job, but he's got the best seat in the house for every single Saints game, right? And so it's not a lot of money, but when you look at the injury that came after, you know, that trade-off is not great. But I'm sure the Saints have paid for everything and will pay for his surgery. But he's like, this is great. He says, I was embarrassed at first. I don't like to be in the spotlight, but after, a while, you're like, well, there's my leg. There's my leg there. There's it pointing the other way. He's like, well, ain't no hiding this now. He's like, he was going to limp off and try to pretend like he was okay. Not if you've seen the video. But he's like, I really appreciate all the nice messages and the care packages and the medical treatment. Thank you. And he says, if you see Alvin, because now they're on a first name basis, Tell him thanks because he signed a football and a jersey for me. Very nice.
Ah, cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, Alvin Kamara, that was nice of him to take care of that for him right there. But yeah, I guess the Saints sent this really nice care package over to his house. The owner had food sent over to the house for his family, and others around the league have reached out. So this is all going to work out nice for this guy. It's a pretty serious break, and it's going to be a fairly serious surgery. But when all you got to do is walk over like this, you can't even. I don't know if you step sideways every time you do it. I don't know. I've never done it. But I don't think it's that hard to do. I imagine he'll be back on the sideline next season.
I mean, has anybody confirmed the Saints or the NFL are going to pay for his medical expenses and all that?
He seemed to allude to that when they talked about it. He said, I
Okay.
appreciate the messages, care packages, and medical treatment when he was thanking the Saints.
Okay.
I feel like that's what that pertains to.
I hope so. I hope they just didn't send a care package in there. Here you go, man. Here's a
Some
signed jersey. And,
Band-Aids.
wish you all the best.
Here's an ace bandage. You'll be fine. Just we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Make sure you're there, or else we're going to give your $50 in the spot to somebody else.
Yeah, you might want to splint that. And
Try to stay off it for like a day. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It'll be better when the swelling goes down.
Pickle D says, if you're standing on the sidelines of an NFL game, how do you not see this massive men barreling towards you and not get the F out of the way? Well, he talked about that. And I remember yesterday I said, I feel like if I was watching, I could see them coming and drop that thing and be like, nope. And he says that's exactly what he tried to do. He says right before he saw Alvin Kamara come tumbling right at his legs, he thought, well, maybe I better jump up, kind of like, the player would jump over somebody. He says, unfortunately, I'm not a football player and I mistimed my jump.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I can see that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think you guys realize, and I say this as a
Speed.
person who was once run over on a sideline by a player. It was a high school game. The guy was still like 6'3", though. It was ridiculous. That I don't believe that person was in high school. But regardless, you take one look and it's like, it seems like they're far away, but the ground that's being covered, by the time you have the chance to react, you are already getting crushed.
Yeah.
And it's at the NFL level. I can't even imagine how much faster that is.
It does move fast. And of course, so fast that now he's got 2 torn ligaments, a fractured fibula, and some cartilage damage. So it's not just getting that cinched up and casted up. There is, PT that needs to be involved. There's going to be some time before he's completely okay. And that's probably why the Saints are being so nice to us. And they're like, hi, the Saints want to say, don't sue us. I mean, get well soon. Get well soon.
Don't sue us.
What can we do for you?
Another care package, of course.
Yay!
Here's a Super Bowl ring. We had one left over.
Yay! Take mine.
Do you want the Super Bowl banner? Because
we're clearly not doing anything with it.
I don't want to talk about that Super Bowl, please. I would rather we just drop it right now.
Here, use it as a Snuggie blanket.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Ralph's not here, but I guess Gino popped up on the practice report with a groin injury. Geno Smith has got a groin injury. I don't know if that changes the way we look at their game this weekend, but that's got to be the worst sounding injury. Groin injuries.
It's also one of the worst feeling injuries.
Yeah. I've been kicked there. Is that what you mean? Being kicked there, or just because I've never had a groin injury like the way athletes do. Well,
Yeah,
but I've been kicked there.
I was long distance running and trying to keep pace with my mom, who actually runs marathons. Did not work out for me.
And I trying to keep pace with your mom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That didn't work. She's a machine. And I pulled my groin. Just
kind of weird pulling your groin around your mom. I mean, that's
Don't you go
awkward.
blind if you keep doing that?
There was no way to Daily Blender proof that particular sentence. I don't know how else to word that.
Sorry, but that's the first thing everybody thought of.
I'm sure, and I tried to think of a different way to say it, but I couldn't think of another way to say it.
You didn't have to tell us that much right there.
All I'm saying is, just imagine an injury where it feels like you're being kicked in the balls every day.
Mm.
Every time you walk, it's just someone just did it again. Just that it's the worst injury. It's the
That's
worst
like,
injury.
On Idiocracy, that movie, Ow, My Balls. There's a whole TV show where a guy just nothing but getting kicked right in the nuggets.
You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them.
Yeah, I would watch that, though. I would watch it every day. I'm not going to lie to you. No, Keon's mom did not pull his groin.
No,
See, what you've done,
it
Keon?
didn't happen. Didn't happen. It never happened. And I kindly thank you to not mention my mom in some of these jokes here, or we're gonna have problems.
Swazman says, back in high school, I was the deep guy on punt return, and I fumbled the ball and reached down to pick it up, and this little guy just ran me over like a train. They were making fun of me on film on Monday, kept replaying it because this little guy just ran me over.
He had the whole field to build up speed, and you took your eyes off him for 1 second.
That's sad. Pickle D says, go away, I'm baiting. Yep. Fighting Wampa says, I think John Bobbitt would disagree with you, Keon, but the worst injury you could possibly have.
John Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt. Yep. No, you're right.
That's true. That just I also once dislocated my finger, and I got to tell you, I would do that a million times more before the groin injury. Just,
what was I saying? Oh yeah, Geno Smith. It's on the injury report. So yes, I'm not changing my pick because I've already picked the 49ers on that. So it's going to make a difference.
It's going to make your pick safer.
I love that the Jets have gone back to Zach Wilson. I just do.
They're out of options there.
And I was reading this story about how Zach doesn't even want to do it, except that he knows that, like, if he ever wants to play quarterback in the NFL again, he has to.
Zach came into the facility today.
And then, of course, somebody leaked that information. That's how Keon knows about it. And Aaron Rodgers is mad, saying that's chicken bleep that this organization would release that information. How dare they do such a thing? Well, he has got Zach Wilson's back, doesn't he? You know why? Because he knows that Zach Wilson is 0% a threat. Had this been somebody who could play football, he would be dead silent about the issue.
So you mean Jordan Love was actually a threat to him?
Jordan Love has started playing better. I mean, I'm still thinking he's a nice backup quarterback, but, you know, Zach Wilson is clearly 0% a threat.
Look, the amount of games, Zach Wilson has played more games than Jordan Love. And the amount of good games that Zach Wilson has had compared to Jordan Love's already ahead of him.
Oh, man, this is bad, though, because, you know, Robert Saleh, I just feel for his soul. He goes out there and he's like, why are you starting Zach Wilson? He goes, Zach gives us the best chance to win. Like, is he going to keep being the quarterback? God willing. And he's like, excuse me, goes out the door. He's like, I can't stop lying. Why can't I stop lying?
He has no choice.
I'm broken. I can't tell the truth.
But the thing is, he's not exactly lying. I think his heart is broken because it's true. You can't just sign Tim Boyle off the street and ask him to be a better quarterback than the guy that's been in the locker room, even if he's Zach Wilson.
Just
that sort of where he over darkened his gravy gun in the beard. That wasn't because he's trying to look young. He's starting on his disguise. That's
it's like he already has seen every U.S. president age 25 years in the White House, and the level of pressure of having to say that to the New York media that yes, somehow Zach Wilson is our best option at quarterback is a level of stress that I don't even think the president has.
You know, they all get together in the quarterback room each week. It's like Robert Saleh is like, okay, so what are we doing this week? Zach, Boyle, what do we got? What kind of options do we have on the table here? I mean, that's what he's asking every week. What are we doing this week?
I would say I feel bad for him, except for he chose this. He chose
But
this.
you got to feel bad. He thought he was getting Aaron Rodgers. and third play of the season, he goes down.
He goes down, and now he's looking at a roster where they've cut Tim Boyle for the somehow better options that are Zach Wilson, Trevor Siemian, and Brett Rippon. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
Aaron Rodgers went down, and Salah was like, "Oh no!"
He is too nice a guy to have this happen to him, and I don't.
He is,
Oh man,
like the
You talk
vending
about-
machine,
talk-
he is
talk-
broken inside.
You talk about a groin injury.
like they missed on a quarterback. That happens to people, but the fact that they haven't had anything else good walking the doors.
The Berg is on the text line, says, "Say no to kidney stones." Are you kidding me? You have kidney stones too?
Oh, boy.
Man, Berg. Have a drink on us. Hour 3 is up next. It's Daily Blender.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at GregClarkAutomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got to tell you, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. I've now changed my list of things that I want.
Okay.
If I say, well, Jeffrey, what do you want for your birthday or for Christmas? What do I always say first?
I want to punch a zebra.
No. That's my Make-A-Wish.
Oh,
if I ever am like
I want to be cremated. I want to be cremated and loaded into skyrockets and blown all over the sky.
Wish. Okay, my Make-A-Wish is to punch a zebra.
Yeah.
My death wish is that you put half my ashes in 10 different fireworks and shoot them up there, and so I can go out with a bang like that.
Yeah,
it's not what I'm talking about.
All right.
Let's say what do you want? My kids like, Dad, what do you want? I want a go-kart. Like, Dad.
Oh, that's right. Go-kart. Yeah.
I have a text conversation that goes exactly like that. Dad, you know we don't have enough money to buy you a go-kart, but you asked me what I want. That's what I want, a go-kart. And then I want to add another one to it. And I told her, I said, I want a llama. I want a llama.
Why? Because the grass that'll get shorn down while the llama eats?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. My wife says we should get goats for that. And I'm like, well, goats are just sort of evil little turds. I want a llama because they're soft and cuddly, and they look hilarious.
Well, they spit on you though.
Yeah, I can spit on them. I'll spit it back on them. I'm not worried about the spit part.
Yeah, goats though. I mean, if you stare them in the eye,
like them.
If you stare a goat in the eye, you're looking at pure evil.
Yeah, you're looking at the depths of hell. You're looking at Satan's little pal right there.
Oh yeah.
So I probably should have 2 llamas because I don't want the one llama to get lonely. I want a llama longing for something, so I'll just get 2 llamas. Anyway, so that's the thing. The thing I want to know is anybody out there, do you have a llama? Can you tell me about llamas in your experience? I want to hear from people who don't have llamas. I don't want to hear your opinion. Your opinion means nothing to me.
It seems like there was is that a llama ranch on the way down to Tucson? Just outside of Maricopa. Isn't that a llama ranch there?
No, that's an ostrich. That's
right. It's ostrich. But I thought they had llamas there.
Yeah, they might have llamas. Huh. If anybody's listening and has a llama, I doubt there is. But if there is, I want to hear from you. Don't lie to me and say you have a llama if you don't have a llama, though.
Maybe we should have Keon call up that ostrich / llama ranch.
He's only interested in calling the bunny ranch. That's the only ranch that he wants to call.
I didn't want to say that on live radio.
Llama ranch, that's for some freaky stuff.
that's the next level. No,
Ian Moist one's like, no, not me.
None of us are ready for the llama ranch.
I'm just seriously, I'd like to talk to someone because I don't think that the llamas spit on you for no reason. They spit on you if they're aggravated. If they like you, I don't think they spit on you.
Maybe.
Would you settle for an alpaca? Because I think they look equally ridiculous.
Isn't that the same thing?
They're very closely related.
Well, what's the difference?
Alpacas.
From what I can tell, the llamas just have slightly sillier faces, but
one starts with an L, the other starts with an A.
Alpaca is more social, where the llama is kind of that crazy cousin you never want to invite to family outings.
Well, I kind of feel a kinship with that.
Well, then you want a llama.
Which one's bigger? Which one's taller?
Llama.
I'll take a llama, but I'll entertain an alpaca. I feel like if you're saying the alpacas are nicer, they're probably more expensive. That's another question. How much does a llama cost? Como se llama? I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I wanted to talk to somebody. Penisher says my father had a llama, my father-in-law. I was never spit on when we visited. See? I think as long as you're being nice to the llama, they're not going to hack a loogie on you.
Well,
Hefty Lefty says camels spit a lot too. I don't want it. I don't want that.
Camels are mean.
They're big like a horse. I don't want to get stomped to death. That's a horrible, horrible obituary. Jeffrey O'Brien stomped to death by a camel. I don't need that in my life.
According to the Goog, trained llama prices start around $1,500.
That's it? I get a llama for $1,500?
For $1,500, you could get a trained. Yeah,
you mean
trained?
Like housebroken or what?
Llamas don't come in the house.
What do you mean?
You can't bring a llama in.
I don't think.
Why can't you?
Them
I don't understand.
Dropping llama loads in your
if they're housebroken,
the size of the doggy door would be enormous.
Well, maybe they would get up and you spit on you, and that would be the signal to let them out.
Well, I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
I don't like having a llama or any animal outside in the summer times here.
I just told you I'd air condition the. You can air condition a garage. You could give them an air conditioned pen or something to go into. Hefty Lefty says, camels spitting. That's why they're known as the quitters of the animal kingdom, because they spit. Or is that a typo? Pickle D says alpaca are the ones with that bowl cut, the haircut. Oh, okay. Tiger Paws says usually by train they mean for backpacking and stuff like that. That's a trained llama. So you just
so,
then
yeah,
you
so
can
they
ride it
they
around.
yeah, they can carry stuff.
Llamas can wear backpacks.
Pull carts. Like, you can wear your backpack.
Wait,
then you
do
don't have to
I
wear
wear the backpack, or does the llama wear the
The
backpack?
llama
the llama
does,
would
but-
wear the backpack.
But you put you.
How do
okay,
you get
I
over
got-
their arms?
well,
It's just
all right, I
your
got it.
shoulders. It
I
seems
got it.
complicated.
Saddlebags. That's a llama
I have
backpack.
it. I've got it
Yeah.
figured out, Jeffco. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to get a llama, and I'm going to buy you a go-kart, and we're not going to have an engine on the go-kart, just a couple of straps, so you can tie that on the llama, and the llama can carry you, pull you around the neighborhood in your go-kart.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The llama can turn around, then they'll start spitting on me. Like, no, we're not doing that.
No, I think you'll do something else.
Oh yeah, I'm right on the business end of that thing.
Yeah.
Long rope, please.
Replace the T
Paws-
with another letter.
Tiger Paws says, actually, llamas are a distant cousin to the camel, and llamas can kick the grilled crap out of you. Alpacas are smaller and cuter. Both of them, though, do need to be shaved. That sounds like very personal kind of thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna manscape a llama. That's awkward
No.
as hell. I feel like I'd get arrested for that.
Yeah.
But thank you for the insight on that, Tiger Paws. Hefty Lefty says, I can ask a friend I got from high school. She's an animal trainer for commercials and stuff. She has a llama, a zebra, a deer, a raccoon, 2 dogs, 2 horses, an ostrich. Yeah, I bet she's single. She rode the ostrich in a Super Bowl commercial, and she does horseback archery with the horses. She'd be able to
maybe
answer
not.
questions. Oh my God, she's shooting arrows at horses?
No, she's on the horse shooting
Oh.
arrows at other things.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say she's like a serial killer.
Mm.
Thundar Santa Barbarian says, so does this mean that 1580, the Fanatic mascot, is now going to be a crazed llama? I might change the logo. I might do it. Flappy Matt says, what's a 3L llama? There's a 1L llama and a 2L llama. What's a 3L llama? 3-alarm fire? I don't know what you're trying to say. Killer Rabbit says camels help out the economy because they hump.
Okay. Well, all right.
Flappy Mac says, what's a 3 llama? It's a hell of a big fire. That's a warning. We're going to give him a warning on that one. Number 1 Rattler fan says, I went to a Furby convention. I'm just going to stop you.
Oh, boy.
There isn't a sentence in the world
No, wait a
that
minute.
started
Right
that
after
way that
having
ends
sex
good.
with his Uber passengers.
Oh my
what
God.
was the Furby?
He says he was dressed up like a llama. Well, that's
wasn't the Furby was it was like a thing. It was like a fad where you were collecting all these different Furbies, wasn't it?
No. It's where you dress up in a mascot costume and you go to a convention and everybody like dry humps each other.
That's okay. That's not what I remember a Furby
Hmm.
being. I
Wow.
remember a Furby being a very creepy electronic toy.
Oh,
It
furries.
had
Furries.
it-
I think he meant furries.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
that's different, and I have no comment on that.
Yeah.
I do not know that world.
Yeah,
Furby.
Neither do
Hmm.
I.
That's a
Pickle
llama
D
ranch
says,
thing.
Maybe Mark Davis is an alpaca enthusiast.
That could be. Okay, he's got a very
That tracks.
very similar haircut. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Paws says there's a horseback archery course in Fountain Hills because of course there is in Fountain Hills.
In Fountain
Yeah,
Hills.
of course there is.
Okay.
I can't be bothered to get off my horse.
I just came in from playing polo. Now I want to shoot some archery from Gigi's back.
We're way up here. The paws are way down there.
Can I have the arrow on the horse with my
Yeah,
Merlot?
don't do that.
It's divine.
Don't do that.
It's
It's not even close.
I feel like, yeah. What was
Wow.
that, Keelan?
I was okay. I didn't think it was that bad, but all right, fine.
I say,
I'll
Jeffrey,
just-
Keelan
Yeah.
sounded very
Oh.
awkward.
Didn't feel awkward to me. It's
Well,
just
try
very-
again.
It's just very hurtful. No, I will not be trying again.
Come on,
You've crushed
Keelan,
my
let's
spirit
see-
for today.
See what you've got for today.
No, I actually I think that's all I had.
Can you pass the Grey Poupon?
Oh, geez, why would you go to that cliche, Randy?
Trying to help him. I was trying to encourage him.
You did the opposite of that very well. It's okay.
After you left, you just sent me the holiday card of the animal trainer, and there is an alpaca and a dog wearing pajamas This is right the start to many of Moist One's fantasies, I think, right here.
I'm already worried, concerned, and scared.
Wait,
Now
is
you've
that an
said his
alpaca
name.
or is that? No, that's a deer. That looks like a deer. I do not want deer because some redneck is going to take a shot across my fence at whatever, like if I have a pet deer. That's a bad idea. Yeah.
Also,
anyway.
deer are just mean. You turn your back and they'll try to kick you. It's
Well,
just-
hey! You looked up how much a llama costs. You said $1,500 trained. How much is an alpaca? That's a good question. Maybe I could have one in the yard here if they're smaller. Just saying. Everybody seems to be pushing me to the alpaca.
So, yeah, $3,000 to $10,000 for an alpaca.
3 to 10, huh?
Yeah.
Which is also 3 to 10 was what Moist One would get if anybody ever let him near an alpaca. Oh, they got laws against that kid.
Oh boy.
I don't care how much Vaseline you had.
It's just, I mean, I appreciate the Costco tub, but no. All right, so let's get on to something even weirder, shall we? Let's talk about something even weirder.
Okay. It's a Friday show. Why not?
Fish Tank says, Keon, when you signed the contract at 1580, you must have missed some fine print there that says, leave the impressions to the 40 and up club.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
we all got insulted with that text.
Yeah, no, it was not in any paperwork I read.
Sad thing is, none of us are any good at it. So
that is the sad thing.
Have you heard the thing about Sean McDermott? And then, like somebody for some reason decided to put a hit piece out on him. Now he is the ill-looking coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
he is, right?
He just always
Yes.
looks like
Yes.
he's about to keel over. It's
Just get him under a sun lamp, but not too long because he looks like he would burn really quick.
Yes.
He looks like a Make-A-Wish kid. He got to coach a team and they forgot to pull him out. But so Sean McDermott, I guess, somebody did a thing where he goes into a meeting. He's like, hey, I want you guys to understand teamwork, okay? I want to talk about how important teamwork is. All right. So here's the thing. Say what you will about the 9/11 attackers, but boy, did they work together as a team. And even the players are like, what the hell are you talking about? And he just sort of went on about teamwork and used that as an example of great teamwork. And people were like, no, it's too soon. 20 years is too soon. What are you doing? Well, okay, so somebody shared that information with some guy named Tyler Dunn, who then turned that. Now everybody's talking about it. The Buffalo Bills are like, no, we're not going to fire him. Sean McDermott came out and said, yeah, my intent in the meeting that day was that it's like, stop talking, Sean. There's no good answer. There's no good. Did you do that? Yes, I did. There's no good answer.
The only answer that you can give that would make anybody happy is I'm sorry.
Or I was drunk because he says, yeah, I regretted mentioning 9/11 in my message that day. I immediately apologized to the team. Not only was 9/11 a horrific event, well, thank you, Sean. We didn't need you to tell us that. You should have known that. And he says, and I lost a good family friend. Okay, you probably shouldn't have brought that into the conversation.
Well, because then that makes it worse. It's like, then of all people, you should have known how absolutely inappropriate that analogy was.
Yeah, it just using that as a, and not talking about the team building of Flight 97, where everybody got together and they're like, you know what, we're going to save the Pentagon or whatever it was, and they're like, and they brought down the plane so the terrorists couldn't hurt other innocent people. That was teamwork. But if you're sitting there talking about the terrorists and how they work together and as a cohesive team,
and you're a team based in New York. You could have talked about the fire department and all of the brave people that went into the rubble to try and find survivors. There were so many good ways to go with this.
Lots of good teamwork there.
And he went with the worst possible way. And I cannot stress this enough. There are people in this world who are so evil. It doesn't matter what thing they did well. You absolutely do not have to hand it to them. You don't. You really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I think he realized it though. From what I heard the audio of his apology again. He was like, you know, look, I This was totally messed up. I didn't, I didn't think this through, and I said this. This was just not something I wanted to communicate, and I apologized then. I'm apologizing now.
How did this go 4 years without that? This must show how much the players like him, that they actually forgave him for that, and then nobody ever heard about it for another 4 years. So
yeah, because I mean, it's just if you actually have a good locker room, then people will be able to forgive you, and it can happen behind closed doors. But that's not a story that's going to stay hidden forever. That one's definitely going to come out.
Well, I get that he apologized, but I'm still a little bit rocked by the fact that he was talking about the teamwork amongst those who committed the attacks as, hey, guys, we got to be more like that. It's like, well, Hitler made the trains run on time. Well, of course he did. I mean, come on, man.
You don't got to hand it to him. You just don't. You just don't. Especially when there were so many other examples that day of good teamwork that just is insane. And yeah, you know what? The more that I think about it, using your friend that died in 9/11 as a shield to protect you from the stupid thing you said is, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That does have a bad aftertaste, Of course, Sean McDermott is now just praying for another Antonio Brown thing, or just anybody to do anything, please, quickly as possible.
Let's see, and this
is
is where
off of him.
The Bills have been decent to good for too long. They no longer know bad organization moves. The Commanders would have just cut somebody, or signed somebody, or created a new mascot, or like you can bury this. You don't have to wait for Antonio Brown.
No, I found the story already that will make you forget that Sean McDermott said those things about 9/11. I have it right here in front of me.
All right.
I have it here. And it's about Patrick Mahomes.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he's going down. Come on back and I'll tell you why. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
The NBA in-season tournament finals will be Saturday night in Las Vegas as the Indiana Pacers take on the Los Angeles Lakers. Indiana beat Milwaukee 128-119 in the semifinals. Lakers over New Orleans 133-89, getting 30 points from LeBron James. The Lakers are favored by 4 points over Indiana, minus 190 on the money line. Pacers plus 160, over under 240. College football, it's the Army-Navy game Saturday in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Army a 2.5-point favorite over Navy with an over-under of 27.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, a lot of us play fantasy football this time of year, and it's fun. But what you should be playing is fantasy electric bills. What's that? It's where you get with Harman Solar, and they save you over 80% off your electric bill every month. Then, each time you open up that bill, you're going to feel like you just won a championship. Call Harman Solar today. Get a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-613-7356 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-613-7356. That's 800-613-7356. What do you have to lose? Call 800-613-7356. Again, 800-613-7356.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Here's how the weekend is going to go here on the big radio station. Tomorrow at 11:45 a.m., we got GCU at Liberty for some college basketball action. Then Sunday all day from 10:30 a.m. all the way till nighttime, nighty night, we got NFL football for you, sort of. Lions at Bears at 10:30, Bills at Chiefs at 2 p.m., Eagles at Cowboys at 5:30, and then on Monday Night Football, it's the Titans at the Dolphins. So there you go. That's what's happening here on the big radio station. Now, before we went to break, I did tell you that I got some dirt on Patrick Mahomes. This is the kind of stuff that's going to make you forget about what Sean McDermott said about 9/11. It's going to make you forget about a great many things because you're going to be infuriated.
Infuriated.
That means angry. Very, very mad. Cross. Pissed off.
Really?
So, Patrick Mahomes, little Kermit the Frog voice, squeak clean. His brother, grabbing gals and doing the wrong thing, but he's always been squeaky clean, right? Can't think of anything other than the fact he puts ketchup on steak. Well, that was just a tip-off.
Oh, no.
According to Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler.
The Fonz. I don't know if you ever watched Happy Days, Keon. Have you ever watched Happy Days?
I have, yeah.
The
And
Fonz.
you know the Fonz.
Yeah, I do know the Fonz.
And he was also in The Waterboy. He was the coach with, the sort of wimpy coach. And then later he played a teacher in the TV show Barry. I mean, he was the biggest part of that show. He was one of the best parts of that show.
He was really
Henry
good.
Winkler. It's an American treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. That there.
And according to Henry Winkler, what's happened?
Well, so he was signing some autographs in LA, and he was like, I got to meet Patrick Mahomes. And it was like, oh, yeah, we saw that. Yeah, you got to shake hands with him at a thing here, Yeah. He's like, yeah, I got to be on the sideline of the Chiefs versus Chargers game. And I always admired this kid, and I got to meet him. And so, yeah, back in 2022, shook hands with him, met him, had a lot of great conversation. He says, you know what? You should come to my house for dinner, Patrick Mahomes. I want to make you dinner. And I make a great chicken stuff with ricotta. And Patrick Mahomes is like, yeah, you got it. That'd be great. I'd love to do that. Henry Winkler says, never heard from him again.
What?
Yeah. He says, I think he fibbed to me. He says he was all set to make this, but apparently Mahomes has gone back on his word.
And Henry Winkler's very sad about it. Sure, Mahomes, his wife squirted out another pup, and they got this baby they got to take care of. I don't know, but still, you don't ghost the Fonz, man. Who are you more upset with right now, Sean McDermott or Patrick effing Mahomes?
Clearly, it's Patrick effing Mahomes. You don't ghost the Fonz and Pinky Tuscadero.
Well, I don't think she was going to be there. But
oh, yeah, the Fonz married Pinky Tuscadero, and I don't understand. This guy jumped a shark, a live shark, with his motorcycle, and Mrs. C was really upset about it. And then there was Richie, and oh, my God, and the Ralph Mouth. And then you meet this kid, this little punk kid from the Chiefs, and he ghosts you. You don't do that to the Fonz.
If Henry Winkler said, "Hey, come over and have some dinner," I'd be like, "I'll be there tomorrow night. What you name the night, I will be there."
I'm writing down his address. I'm taking his phone number. I will check in, and I will be there at exactly 7:10 p.m. tomorrow night. What's your address, sir?
Yep. And if I couldn't be there, if there's something going on, I would make sure I apologize profusely, and I would make sure that I made good. Like Richie did when he brought him a brand new motorcycle after he backed over the Fonz's motorcycle in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? He thought he was going to die.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he thought he was a dead man. But still, the Fonz had mercy. And I feel like Henry Winkler would have mercy too if Patrick Mahomes had just been a man and not ghosted the Fonz.
I just don't see why you would do that to the Fonz.
Trying so hard not to get an FCC violation right now.
Yeah, there
so
was.
Mad.
There was. Be careful, Keon. Have that finger hovering over the knob there.
I'm ready. Patrick Mahomes, you little bleep.
See that?
Him hanging on a sweet chicken dinner.
Oh, it was stuffed chicken Parmesan, wasn't it? What'd you say? It was stuffed chicken what?
Famous chicken stuffed with ricotta.
Oh, my God. And he shut him down on that?
Yep. You don't deserve it, Patrick Mahomes. You do not deserve it.
Do not.
Sit on it, Patrick.
100%.
Yeah, if you ever watched the Happy Days, I just destroyed him right there. I just completely leveled
on
him.
it.
Yeah.
And the Fonz would have gone, hey.
Killer Rabbit says, obviously Henry did not snap his fingers, or Patrick would have gone right there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that only works on the ladies. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that Pinky Tuscadero is looking for Brittany even now. She's out with the Pinkettes looking for Brittany right now. Yeah,
that's really
Pinky Tuscadero.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
okay.
damn sure.
Yeah,
and if Henry shows up wearing that leather jacket,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's on.
Fish Tank says, sounds like maybe Mahomes jumped the shark on this one. I think you're right. Hefty Lefty. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. It says the poor guy was also covered in bees in Little Nicky. Oh, I never saw Little Nicky. I didn't even know he was in that.
Damn, I don't remember that movie at all. I watched it. I just don't remember.
Says dude should have. Oh wait, okay, that's a different thing. Swuzman says, hey, remember John Gotti was a church-going Italian deli tipping dog petting kind of dude when he wasn't killing people. Plus, O.J. Simpson wrote a book called "If I Did It," but it was a huge mistake by that Buffalo coach. But we all say stupid stuff. No, listen, I'm not even going O.J. I'm not even going John Gotti. I've already given you what you need to know about how Patrick Mahomes ghosted Henry Winkler. That is enough, Swuzman.
Absolutely.
I don't think he married Pinky Tuscadero, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, Fonz and Pinky. It was a marriage set up in heaven. You're absolutely right. Pinky Tuscadero and the Fonz, they get it on for the econ probably every night.
Okay. Thundar says, Randy, Keon is probably too young to know about Vaseline, so you might want to stop those jokes before you get him curious.
Did I make a joke about Vaseline?
You certainly did.
I did?
Yeah. And that's okay. Flappy Mac says, listen, I know I'm on a warning, but Ralph ran over Fonzie's motorcycle. Oh,
You mean Ralph Mouth or Ralph from Harmon
Ralph
Solar?
Mouth ran, and Richie got him the. Oh my!
No,
God.
it was Ralph.
Oh,
Ralph did. Ralph did. No, you're right. You're right, Flappy Max. No, you're fine. And you only had a warning, so we didn't stop you. He's right. He's right. Ralph Mouth did, and then he bought him the brand new bike, and he got forgiven. So, Baker's Cocky Hen says, I took my daughter to the zoo today, got a real life nature show. A mandrill started relieving himself right in front of the other one, all the way to completion. Well, I guess that's okay when he's relieving himself. Just when I see the word completion, now I'm worried. So a mandrill started either peeing or pooing there. Yeah. Number one Rattlers fan says Fonzie never married Pinky. I didn't think so.
Are you kidding me?
Didn't think so.
Fonzie and Pinky had to get together and marry each other and have little Pinkettes and little Fonzettes.
I felt like Pinky Tuscadero might have been more interested in Laverne and Shirley.
No,
I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
Every time the Fonz was around Pinky, she stepped right in line and she was right on his shoulder. What?
She tried to fight him.
Until he showed her that he loved her, and then she never left his side. Not ever.
Were they
to this day? Yeah. Pinky Tuscadero is married to the Fonz, and they get it on for the Econ.
Can't believe I'm actually reading a Wikipedia about Pinky Tuscadero. Quit playing with your drink. Yeah, I don't know. Were they married? Really? I don't think they were married. They were almost married, but he changed his mind. So maybe this is karma because he changed his mind and ghosted Pinky Tuscadero, and then
I don't think Fonz would ghost
Patrick Mahomes is doing unto him what he did unto Pinky Tuscadero. I hope not.
Maybe Pinky and Cheryl. Pinky and Cheryl got together later, and then it was the Fonz and Laverne.
I don't want to start any
because
rumors.
Squiggy and that other guy, the greasy guy.
You know, they were together. They were totally together. Swazman says, I always liked Leather Tuscadero. She'd slap her thighs and point at you. Remember that?
No, it was Pinky Tuscadero.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, if he were in the Seinfeld episode, he would have lost the bet, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's true.
Who, the Fonz?
No, I think he meant that bird. Hefty Lefty says, my favorite documented zoo animal encounter is when the hippo helicopter tails his explosive diarrhea. Yeah, we've all seen that one. That I love a good shot of diarrhea, but the tail spinning. The tail spinning was amazing. Diarrhea. I forgot about that. Yeah.
There was the one video with the two gorillas getting it on, and then like the funny part about it was like the parents trying to like shield their children from two gorillas that just don't care you're there. They just don't care.
Yeah, by the way, a mandrill's a monkey. I don't know why I said bird. Hefty Lefty says, I thought Pinky worked with the brain. That is a different Pinky.
Different altogether. Pinky.
Silver Pop says, hey guys, let's not forget Joni loves Chachi. Yeah, Joni's dead. So that's sad.
Is she really?
Yeah, Joni passed away, and Chachi is working third shift at Olive Garden. So
nice.
There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot good going on there. So, anyways, back to the original point. Forget about Sean McDermott. F you, Patrick Mahomes. That's all. By the way, speaking of in trouble, Shaq Lawson, he got fined for pushing that fan in Philadelphia. Yeah, back in week 12, I guess the guy was talking about his family, saying stuff you shouldn't be allowed to say. You can't do that. And he went over there and actually pushed the guy. They didn't say how much the fine was, which makes you think, okay, they fined him $1 so they could tell the fan he'd been fined for it. Well, an undisclosed amount, but we've taken care of this. So that guy is like, less of a chance to sue. That's my guess, is they fined him $5.
Yeah, it just seems like they did something to make the fan happy, and they did it with a giant wink. Yeah,
Still
we
not right.
fined him.
It's still not right. Fans should not be able to say whatever they want. I'm sorry. They should be reported, and these fans should. Well, I understand
Over
it's
100 years, fans like baseball was first, but fans have been shouting horrific things at players.
They should be kicked out of the damn stadium.
Well, especially when the family comes involved. If you want to talk about the player, that's one thing. But when you start bringing their family into it, it's like you feel like you're protected as a fan.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you would even say something like that to a 6'3", 260-pound man. What other point would you have?
You got to keep a better barrier between a player and a guy saying a bunch of stupid stuff, because I don't blame that guy for going up there and wanting a piece of him.
If you say anything about my family,
I'll find the stairs. I don't even care. So now this was a very telling thing. Now, this came up on the internet here. Now you see Joe Burrow is hurt, and you see Joe Burrow there sitting on the sidelines there, right?
Yep.
He's got a pad. He's right next to the other quarterback. He's got
Yep.
himself in a sling, and he's going over plays with Browning, and he's trying to be a part of it, even though he can't play.
Yeah.
And then then the next picture right over is Deshaun Watson sitting up in the stands, up in a private box with his girl, and watching the game from a far, far distance. And that's the difference of leadership. That's the difference of a good guy versus a piece of garbage. And Deshaun Watson is a piece of garbage. So that came out. And then now the Browns are saying, oh, hey, we told him not to sit on the sideline. So because we were worried there'd be more injury if there was a collision. Like the guy from the Saints. You're lying sacks of garbage. You're liars. You are liars.
I'm sorry. No, I don't buy that for a second. I do not buy that.
Doctor's orders. No. The injury to Joe Burrow, I think, is worse than the injury that you're pretending that Deshaun Watson has.
Deshaun Watson's injury is a real injury, but Joe Burrow's is worse.
That's what I'm saying. Worse.
It is just worse. Like you're not fooling anybody. Joe Burrow, if the Bengals said go up in the box and hang out, we're afraid for whatever, wouldn't do it. He would still be down there on the sideline. I don't think you could convince him not to.
The only thing you could do with that is push where Browning was sitting further back, so that if Joe Burrow is going to sit there when he's sitting there and you're worried about collision, at least you have moved them back further. That would be the only way you could get away with anything. Hefty Lefty says, I thought Watson was, supposed to stay away from the private boxes now, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
He was supposed to stay away the first time too, on account of that's the law, but it didn't stop him the first time. So here we are.
So anyway, dirtbag. Deshaun Watson showing you more and more how he's a dirtbag, and the Browns showing you more and more how they are dirtbags.
I don't think that Kyler Murray is a good leader at all. And even Kyler had the good sense to be like, yeah, I'm going to be down on the field.
He was
at least trying to hype up the guys. I mean, good grief.
Yeah. I mean, for him, it was more, he wasn't that person. But then when he heard all the criticism, he made himself be that person. Not because he's a good teammate, because he wants to look like a good teammate.
Even then, Deshaun Watson's criticisms are worse. You are a horrible person. The least you could do is pretend to be a good football person, a good teammate.
Yep.
Well, and the picture looks like he's not even involved in the game.
No,
he's
barely awake.
Yeah, he's probably asleep.
I think they're mirrored on the inside too. All right, we got to take
Michaels.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we've got on this date in Big Georgia sports history, and we're going to wrap this weird week up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Save big every day during our 25 days of deals at Lowe's. Right now, get the lowest prices of the year on select major appliances. Get up to 45% off and save an extra $100 on every $800 you spend on select major appliances. And buy now, pay later with Lowe's Pay. Because Lowe's knows deals every day. About to 12/6. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Subject to credit approval.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar Podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar Podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because you know, mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Steel, and Lincoln Electric in-store or at northerntool.com.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricut and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricut and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricut.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
When life gets overwhelming, help is only a phone call away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available 24/7 at 844-534-HOPE to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please call 844-534-HOPE from anywhere in Arizona. Call 844-534-HOPE now or text the word HOPE to 4HOPE 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ken Barkley here, one of the hosts of You Better You Bet. Be sure to check out our show for all the insight on how to make valuable bets and everything you need to cash those tickets. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Thunder here on 1580, The Fanatic. Somebody texted in something earlier. I think I was going to read it and I missed it. Something about, I don't know what it was. But I think it was about Joe Biden. And then I just saw a thing that he just landed in Las Vegas for some reason. And I thought, I feel like, you know, the Secret Service has got to move Joe Biden pretty damn quick through an airport or whatever, because he will sit his ass down at one of those nickel slot machines and he'll be there for like 8 hours.
No, Mr. President, don't look over there. Nope.
Pretty sure. No, somebody was, I really feel bad because somebody had texted in something that was pretty funny. I don't know. Sorry. I missed your text. Pickle D says Deshaun Watson couldn't lead a hooker to bed with a sock full of 50s. Allegedly. Yeah, I think that might be true. Big George says, is there really a Harmon Solar podcast? Well, yeah, we wouldn't make a commercial for it if there wasn't. Ralph isn't just blowing smoke. If you go to the harmonsolar.com, you'll find, or heck, if you go to 1580fanatic.com, there's a link for it. And they're not just audio podcasts, they're video too. So, you know, for the sexually repressed out there.
I still say it's a vodcast, not a podcast.
Yeah, vodcast is a good name for it. That works, Randy. That's pretty good. But you know, whether you need the audio or the video or whatever stimulation you want from Ralph, it's there. You can enjoy it at your leisure. Yeah. Lots of different topics that have to do with solar stuff. So yeah, just go look at it yourself. So you go to harmonsolar.com or 1580fanatic.com. The links are right there.
Would you say there's many different positions on solar?
I think there's only one position on solar. That's a good idea.
No,
I think that's the main position on it.
All right,
but there's lots of information about roofing and stuff that how many panels you need and the economy of it and that stuff. I don't know. You should go watch it anyway. Hey, Keon, real fast. Jim Jerkface Harbaugh. I thought maybe he was in trouble, or maybe he was going to leave Michigan, or maybe he'd find himself in the NFL. Not looking likely, because Michigan is heard to be putting together a pretty big contract for him. So they want to keep him around. They aren't looking to get rid of him, even if the NCAA decides to come down on him. Can the NCAA chuck a coach out of his position? I mean, it's the school that has to do that. And then if the school doesn't fire him, then the whole school gets some sort of penalties or
yeah.
How does this work?
Yeah, it's usually the school that does it. So the NCAA, can suspend a coach, like they did with him earlier twice.
And they suspend him forever.
I mean, I've never seen them put an indefinite suspension on anybody. So I don't know if that's something that they can do. But usually that's handled by the school. It's not handled by the NCAA, because you've got private schools where honestly the NCAA could say get rid of that guy, but they don't actually have the ability to fire that person. That contract is with the school or the state in the case of a state school. So no, I don't think there's really a whole lot they can do outside of, if Michigan were to say win the national title, they can void that. And they can potentially ban Michigan from future postseasons. That would be the most that they would be able to do there. They could also reduce scholarships, which is usually their move. So that'll slow you down for a year or two. But a program like Michigan, honestly, like whatever it is that they're thinking they could do, it's not going to be enough for catching a team red-handed cheating.
So I guess they're talking about a 5-year, $55 million deal to try to keep Jim Harbaugh in Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, sounds like that's comparable to an NFL coaching job. And I think the NFL might actually pay him more. And people have said that the Panthers and the Bears have been making phone calls saying, hey, Jim, what are you doing? Hey.
It does depend on what kind of person you are, though, because if you are, somebody who just doesn't really enjoy recruiting, you don't like being out on the road doing that, the NFL comes calling and they offer you similar money, you just go. Don't even think about it. But if you like having control of an entire football program, which you wouldn't have in the NFL, you'd be working with the general manager, you'd be working for an owner. I mean, look at Frank Reich. The GM and owner made so many decisions, and then it basically took all the talent off the team and they fired him. You don't have to deal with that if you're successful at a program like Michigan. You basically just, if you can keep that thing rolling, you have full control of everything.
Well, I guess it'll depend. I mean, maybe Jim Harbaugh likes money more than he likes control, because I do feel like NFL would pay him more than that. I don't think they're going to give him Gruden money. I don't think anybody's getting Gruden money again because that mess. But so the Wolverines probably going to end up keeping him around, and so we'll just see if he wants to be kept around. Jim Jerkface Harbaugh about ready to get himself a giant contract from Michigan.
And let's see here. The NFL would pay more if you're a coach of upper echelon. Bill Belichick makes $20 million a year, but he's Bill. Sean Payton makes 18. Pete Carroll makes 15. McVay makes 15.
All right,
so if you're trying to
make?
lure him out of college, you probably put him in that 12 to 15 range.
Yeah. Against the Spread says, good day, gentlemen, Fourth Dimension, and all listeners. This is not a week off for NCAA football betting. I've got some picks for you. Montana to cover, minus 14 at home versus Furman. Tonight, those Southern boys ain't ready for the Missoula treatment. Tomorrow, I like Army on the money line because they're way better than Navy, and Idaho to cover minus 4 against Albany because the Vandals just stepped down to the FCS. And always play wisely and practice money management, everybody. Thank you, Against the Spread, for those wise words of advice on gambling this weekend. Wait, so there's just a couple of stray teams playing football games this weekend?
Yeah. So the schools that we usually pay attention to are the FBS schools, and that's your upper level of college football. The FCS schools are having their playoffs right now. So those are the schools that would be playing. My alma mater, Chattanooga Mocs, they got knocked out. So you got, Furman in Montana, Villanova, South Dakota State, Howard in Florida, A&M, Albany and Idaho, and North Dakota State and South Dakota. Those teams are playing in the FCS postseason.
Yeah, we forgot to do the Keon Rose college football dance party. We didn't even tap a toe on that one.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's mostly because I haven't watched not 1 second of Idaho football.
Yeah.
With all due respect to the Idaho Vandals.
Not much to say about that. Cardinal Art gives me the finger and says, Jeffco, great show.
I enjoy that emoji is still around.
Here's the thing. You don't even have to do that, Cardinal Art, because it's next to your name in the system here. So every time I see you, I get the middle finger from you. But thank you. Thank you for the kind words. One last thing before we get to On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history. I saw this the other day, and I forgot to bring it up, but it's still worth mentioning. Coach Peterson, Doug Peterson of the Jaguars, he needs to be investigated. Here's the headline. Jaguars elevate tight end Josh Peterson for Monday night games.
Okay.
Come on, man.
All right.
What are you doing?
Come on. You already cut him from the 53-man roster of your. In fact, it was before the 53-man cuts. They cut him way before that.
He didn't play. Let me tell you, Josh Peterson, that was basically, Dad, I'd like a house. All right, we'll get you a game check. We're bringing up Josh Peterson for this game. How much is a game check for a guy who's coming off a practice squad?
It depends on what the base salary is for him.
That's what I'm asking Keon, but I figured he'd know that.
Yeah, I actually don't know that off the top of my head.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this and you figure that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big Georgia's sports history. Back in the year 1948, Doak Walker of Southern Methodist University, one of the greatest open field runners in football history, won the Heisman Trophy, outpolling Charlie Justice of North Carolina. In a short but spectacular pro career of 6 seasons, Walker combined with fiery quarterback Bobby Lane to lead the Detroit Lions to 2 NFL titles in 1952 and 53. The Lions ain't done crap since. There you go. Back to me, Jeffrey. Yeah, the Lions, they haven't even been to another NFL championship since 1957. So
they have one more championship than the Cardinals. They only have one from the 1940s, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the Cardinals was in the 30s. I don't know.
No, I thought it was the 40s, but.
Well, let's find out how much money the Josh Peterson stole from the Jaguars to give to his son, Josh. I'm sorry, Doug stole it to give to his son, Josh.
Yeah, so because he is a first-year NFL player, he would have his pay ahead of the game increased from $11,000 to $39,000.
Oh, so it's not a house, but it's a nice Christmas gift.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice $20,000 if you could just get that for your son. Just here you go on my employer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that probably should still be investigated. Oh, hey, Randy, Cardinal Art says, "Hey, may me and the missus have one of your cold beverages there, please?"
Oh yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Yeah, today you can. Moist One says, if you like snow games, it's supposed to snow in Montana tonight, and the Grizz should whip some ass.
I don't know.
He's talking.
He's
Montana
talking.
Grizzlies.
Yeah. We're back on the FCS football again.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How about that Flathead Lake, Moist One? I'm still got my eye on buying a couple islands there. One is called Cromwell Lake. I'd like to buy that for $72 million. The other one is Shelter Island, which is less money, but the house is right there on the shore. It's like if the water goes up or down, you're going to drown. So my wife doesn't like that island. She says, no, you get me the $72 million island because there's a castle on that one.
I could see why. Yeah. Castle.
You guys are looking at me like this conversation might not be something that everybody can identify with.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what gave you that idea.
I don't believe that would be relatable to anybody.
What price range island are you guys looking at?
I'm not looking at an island, not at all. Just here in the compound. I'm happy right here.
Moisman says Wild Horse Island is best. Is that something dirty? Or are you being like for real on that? I don't want to Google that.
I don't either.
An island on a lake in Montana.
Instinctively, I almost started, and then I realized who sent that text.
Oh, there it is. No.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, it is. It's the bigger. I think it's the bigger island next to Cromwell.
It's what makes the moist one tricky is that he texts really dirty things, and then every now and then a normal text.
See, I couldn't buy that Cromwell Island. I knew somebody in school named Cromwell. I always wanted to beat his ass.
You come visit it. I can change the name if I own it, right?
Angry all the time.
Probably. I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name it something fun. But Wild Horse Island, right next to it, is it for sale? Because if the smaller island is 72 million, I feel like that Wild Horse Island might be. I don't know. I have to win $1 billion lottery for that one.
Then you got to deal with all those wild horses.
I'm going to look it up, Moist One. Everyone else, we'll see you here on Monday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My